What's up? What's up? What it do? Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There he go talking that boxing again. Yeah. And y'all know what to do when you come in the building. Smash on that like button and jump in the comment section. Let me know you're in the building. Yeah, we gonna cook today. We got a hell of a show for you today. We gonna cook. Y'all already know how we do. We gonna cook. Yes, sir. Let's get it. And smash that like button as you come in the building. Chris Mitchell, what's happening with it, fam? What's good with it? Marcus Hayes, salute to you. Yes, sir. Pedro Villareal, what's happening with it? Oz, what's happening with it? Yeah, there you go talking that boxing again. Mark Wonderlick, what's good with it? Mike Ryan, what's happening with it? Man, did y'all see that weigh-in, though? Did y'all see that weigh-in? Drew Titan, what's good with it, Big Drew? Joe the Beast, what's happening with it? The Real 713. Yeah. I can't wait for this weekend. It's finna go down. It's finna go down. Why Jermell Charlo always look like he just finna explode? Like, dude just always looking like hella mad, like he on edge. Man, Jermell Charlo needs some medication for real. And then shit, Jermall Charlo started tripping in this. Jermall Charlo started tripping in the weigh-in. This time it's usually Jermell. Sheena, what's going on with you, Queen? Salute to you, Queen. Pedro, he said, my first live, about time I made it in time. Oh, yeah. Well, welcome. Mark Wonderlick, what's happening with it? Oz says, I missed the intro though, my G. Man, so the intro, what happened is the beat that I used, I hit dude up before I used it, right? I hit him up and I said, I want to use this beat, so let me know your price and whatnot. And he was like, well, he told me the price and I was like, okay, cool. Just let me know where to send the money at. And he was like, man, I'm not even really tripping on it. He was like, if you just using it, for an intro, he was like, I don't flag people for that. He was like, so, it's cool. So I started using the beat and the dude started flagging me on all of my videos for the beat. So I hit him back up and I'm like, bro, I told you I'll pay you for it. You said you wasn't gonna flag me. Like, what's up? And he stopped responding. So every time I would use it, he would just flag me. So I gotta get with my cousin. He a big producer in Houston, and I'm waiting on him. He taking a long time. I'm trying to get him to, redo it and make me something else so I can use the intro. But yeah, man, that's what happened with the intro. Dudes be acting real weird. Yes, sir. But yeah, we really gonna cook today. I got a lot to talk about, man. I got a lot to talk about. One thing I want to talk about, waiting for money to get in here, but he'll be in when he get in. But one thing I do want to talk about that I've been seeing, and I think some people starting to notice it, but I've been talking about it a long time, right? I like Tank Davis a lot. Tank Davis is a hell of a talent, right? And this, we're going to get into the Canelo and Caleb plan. I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But one thing that I've been wanting to talk about is I like Tank Davis a lot. He's a hell of a talent, right? But when you look at Tank Davis's career, right, and you look at how TMT, Floyd Mayweather, and Leonard Ellaby, how they move in Tank Davis, if you deny and you act like that, you can't see that Tank Davis have been moved to where he's only fighting the same type of opponents. whether they're bigger or smaller than him, they're the same. They all have the same type of fighting styles, right? They all have the same type of fighting styles. They're Mexican fighters that stand in front of you. They Mexican fighters that will stand in front of you. So it's certain fighting styles that's tailor-made to certain type of fighters. If you're a fighter that's going to stand in front of Tank and you're not going to use a lot of lateral movement and you don't have like real good boxing skills, he's eventually going to knock you out. And so I'm noticing that all of the fighters that they matching up with Tank are Mexican fighters that are going to stand in front of Tank Davis. They don't have excellent foot movement and all of that. Oh, my bad. I forgot to send Money the link. Let me send Money the link. Hold on. Wait, give me 1 second, y'all. So what I'm saying is, you know, when you think about it, they all the same type of opponent. Whether they're bigger than Tank or smaller than him, they all have the same style, right? Either they stand in front of you and throw a whole lot of punches. Most of them, they volume punches that stand right in front of you. That's what they most all are. It was good with it, Batman off in the building. So you've never seen Tank Davis fight a slick fighter. You know, and people are starting to notice this, like, hold on. All of these fighters are the same. They got the same style, you know, and it makes you think, how come they won't put Tank Davis in there with a slick fighter, right? Now, with that being said, you heard reports recently come out that Tank Davis was with Floyd Mayweather, Leonard Ellerbe, whatever, you know, they was trying to get a fight with Tank Davis and Jojo Diaz, right? Jojo Diaz is a solid fighter. You know, he's a solid fighter, rough, rugged fighter. But what type of fighter is Jojo Diaz? Jojo Diaz is the same type of fighter that all of the opponents that Tank Davis has been in the ring with. A guy that's going to come forward, he's going to stand in front of you, and he don't have that great defense, but he is a solid fighter. You feel me? But he's the same type of fighter as all of the rest of the fighters that he's been in the ring with. On another, I think he on the higher level, right? But he's the same type of fighter. So, and it's crazy because you heard Floyd Mayweather say, we're not going outside of the box. We're not going outside of our bubble, right? We're not working with no other promoters. We stand in this bubble. Then you see them clamoring for a Jojo Diaz fight. Now, we know that Jojo Diaz made himself the mandatory to Devin Haney's WBC title. So it's like, I was like, damn, why is all of a sudden they're jumping at Jojo Diaz, trying to get a fight with Jojo Diaz, when they said that they weren't going to go outside of their bubble, outside of the PBC or outside of the Money Team promotional company to make a fight. But they see Jojo Diaz. Then you say, damn, why are they trying to hop on Jojo Diaz, right? And then you think, well, like I said, Jojo Diaz is the same type of opponent. He is a solid fighter. Don't get me wrong, but he is the same type of opponent that all of the rest of the opponents that Tank Davis has been in the ring with. So you're seeing a pattern here. If you acting like you don't see a pattern, you need to look harder. You need to open your eye. It's a pattern here. He's not getting in there with no slick boxers. You see what I'm saying? So now it's like we got a plan for Tank. You seeing what the plan is. To me, it's looking like that they carry him strategically to get in the ring with opponents that they feel comfortable that he can beat, right? But now it makes you ask yourself, if you want to keep it real, we all boxing fans. you got to ask yourself, why won't they put him in with a slick boxer? You know, a dude that can box and punch at the same time. You got to ask yourself that because, right? So, I mean, Devin Haney is, Tank Davis and Devin Haney is a much bigger fight than Jojo Diaz and Devin Haney, right? You were clamoring to fight Jojo Diaz, but Devin Haney is the actual WBC champion. And that fight will be a lot bigger than Jojo Diaz and Tank Davis. But you don't want to fight Devin Haney. But Devin Haney is the type of fighter that we haven't seen him in the ring with. It doesn't matter if I favor Tank Davis over Devin Haney, right? If you ask me if somebody had a gun to my head and I had to pick a winner, I'm going to pick Tank Davis over Devin Haney. But that don't matter at the end of the day. What matters is the fact that we still haven't seen him in the ring with an opponent like Devin Haney or somebody that can box like that. But a good thing is reports have come out is Devin Haney was trying to get Jojo Diaz, right? Because all these other dudes, they don't want to fight Devin Haney. So he needs to get somebody. Tank Davis don't want to fight him. The rest of these dudes don't want to fight him, right? And then Tank Davis is trying to go Jojo Diaz. Well, reports have come out that Jojo Diaz has said nah to Tank Davis. I'm going to do what I said I was going to do, and I'm going to fight Devin Haney. I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do, and I'm going to fight Devin Haney. So that's good. I like that. I like Jojo Diaz for being a man of his word. Jojo Diaz is a solid fighter. So even if Tank did fight Jojo Diaz, don't get me wrong, that's a solid fighter, but I still want to see Tank Davis in there with a boxer, somebody that's slick, that can box, that got lateral foot movement, that's not going to just stand in front of you and bang it out, because Jojo Diaz is not a tough fight for Tank Davis, if you ask me, because it's a style that Tank Davis is used to fighting. You're going to stand in front of him, and especially coming from 126. Jojo Diaz coming from 126, right? He's tough, but he's going to be right in front of him, right? Right in front of him. If you're going to fight somebody coming from 126, I want to see you in there with somebody like Gary Russell. Fight Gary Russell at 130. He's slick. He can box. He can move. He got ring IQ. He got all of that. Get in the ring with Gary Russell. We know that you might be the best fighter from 135 to 130, Tank Davis. You just might be the best fighter from 135 to 130. But we need to see you in there with different styles. I don't want to see you in there every time against a Mexican fighter that's going to throw a lot of punches and stand right in front of you. Eventually, I want to see you in there with somebody that got all of the skills in the world, that can box, that can punch, that can move. And so this is a pattern that I'm seeing is every opponent that they're trying to get in the ring with is the same type of opponent. And it's like, to me, it don't have nothing to do with Tank Davis, because we all know that Tank Davis, he do what they ask him to do. They bring his opponents and they pick who they want him to fight, right? We know that. But at some point in time, it's like, when is Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe going to show that they have confidence that Tank Davis can get in the ring with anybody? It don't matter who it is. He can get in the ring with a Devin Haney, a Teofimo Lopez, a Vasil Lomachenko, or even a Chris Colbert or somebody. They both fight under Showtime. Even though I know Tank Davis would knock his ass out, but that's beside the point. We can come on here and we could be like, well, Tank Davis to do this to Devin Haney, and Tank Davis to do this to Chris Colbert. That's cool to say that, but we still need to see him in there with a superb boxer. And it's a pattern that I've been seeing, and it's continuing on, and I'm not liking that. Let me see what y'all talking about in the comment section, man. And salute to my man Pac-Man ATL. Make sure that y'all go sub to Pac-Man ATL, man. Man, make sure that y'all go sub to Tay Jones' channel. Drop the link in the chat, man. And let me get some of y'all comments, man. Cause I know y'all opinionated on this Tank Davis shit. To me, it comes down to, see, a lot of y'all get caught up in, oh, we don't want to say nothing about Tank. We can't say nothing about Tank because we like Tank. We all like Tank. That's not the point. We all box. We all should be boxing fans too. Let me see what y'all talking about. Yeah, I'm on IG is Mr. underscore everything boxing underscore. I think that's what it is. Shit, but yeah, I'm on IG. It's Mr. underscore everything underscore boxing underscore. Yeah, so just hit me up. PLG Scott says, what it do? What's good with you? What's good with you? I mean, PLG Ski. I don't know why I keep on calling that man Scott. John Kramer, what's happening? What's happening with it? He say, PLG Ski say, facts, but Jojo tailored for Tank, KO waiting to happen. Yeah, he's tailored for him, man. That's all I'm saying. You keep putting him in there with these tailor-made opponents. In Jojo Diaz might not be tailor-made for an opponent like Devin Haney. You feel what I'm saying? Jojo Diaz could be a very tough opponent for Devin Haney because Devin Haney is a different style fighter, right? And then, right, Tank Davis might be able to walk right through Jojo Diaz and get him up out of there. But then the Tank Davis in Devin Haney fight might be a tooth and nails fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's styles, different styles make fights. To be a seasoned all around, right? To prove yourself all around, you need to be in there with different styles of fighting. You can't just go in there. That's just like Gennady Golovkin. I broke to y'all a couple weeks ago. I pulled out Gennady Golovkin's whole resume, right? And I exposed that shit. His whole resume, all he had fought was the same type of opponent. Guys that was going to stand right in front of him, had no type of foot movement, and they was going to be there for him, right? As soon as you saw him starting to fight guys that could box and stuff like that, you didn't see the same Gennady Golovkin. But then they went right back to the same type of style. Dudes that was going to stand right in front of him. And what's good with your big stepper?
Had to reboot my damn Wi-Fi, man. That shit was tripping. What's going down, bro? What's going down with the chat? What's going down with the chat?
Oh, man. You already know, saying pimp suit just reheated.
Yeah.
Let me see. KP from KC5 say he not buying no fights from Tank. He said he not buying no shit fights from Tank. Y'all can fuck that. And I'm not saying Jojo Diaz, even if him and Jojo Diaz are not fighting, but there was a rumor of a fight that they reached out to Jojo Diaz and they was trying to make that fight next, right? And I'm not saying that's a shit fight. It's a solid fight, but it's another same type of a style of opponent that we've seen Tank Davis in there with throughout his whole career. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. It's time to see him in there with a slick fighter. Let me see. My man Renee Box Young off in the building. What's happening with it, Renee? He says, I actually thought Tank would fight Jojo for the same reason, but Jojo want Devin great fight too. Yeah, man. And salute to Renee Box Young. Y'all make sure that y'all go sub to my man Renee Box Young off in the building. And also make sure that y'all go sub to Knockout Boxing 86 TV. I just actually got done watching one of his videos. And make sure that y'all go sub to my man Drew Titan. Big Drew Titan off in the building. Let me see what else y'all talking about. My man off in the super chat. Hold on. Let me get it. Hold on. My man Smooth Groove Boxing. What's happening with it? Always coming through showing love and support. He says, it's time to give up people what he says, it's time to give the people what we want. We want some black on black crime. Man, we need it, man. We need it, man. We need to stop acting like that black fighters against another black fighter don't make money. That's a fucking myth, right? That's some bullshit. The best fights in history have been one black fighter against another black fighter. And they trying to move all the way away from that shit. They're trying to make us think that, oh, well, we can't put a black, high profile black fighter in the ring with another black fighter because it ain't gonna sell. That's some bullshit. And they need to, these promoters, they need to cut it out with that bullshit. Susu at 5 or SG say, Tank is just for the money, zero legacy. I wouldn't say that. I would just say that Leonard Ellaby and Floyd Mayweather, that's them. They're just for the money. They don't give a fuck about what you want to see. They don't really give a fuck about Tank telling them in the background like, hey, man, I want to fight such and such. They ain't really caring. They just like, hey, it don't matter. We put you in there, you're going to make money, and that's just what it is. KP from KC5 says, Mexico tour, and I'm not paying American dollar for peso fights, G. Juan Ramos say, what's the word? Maul finna squabble at the weigh-in. Damn, I lost it. It jumped on me. Yeah, man, he was finna get into it, though. Let me see. PLG Ski say, facts, but I want Tank to fight Taylor, Loma, Lopez. He says, I'm on my Canelo, no Mexican vibes. But see, this is the thing, right? I don't even care. I don't have to see him fight Josh Taylor. To me, Josh Taylor, I know a lot of y'all like, oh, Tank can go in the water and fucking, you know what I'm saying, plug his nose and fucking defeat Godzilla. Some of y'all think that, right? To me, Josh Taylor is way too big for him at a weight class that, you know what I'm saying, that's not 140 is not for him. Josh Taylor is on another level. He's not gonna get in there and beat Josh Taylor. I don't give a fuck what nobody tells me. Because if they made that fight, anybody that think that, I'm pretty sure that y'all ain't gonna put your money on that shit, right? I don't care what nobody say, and he's not gonna beat Josh Taylor. But I don't expect him to have to go up and beat no Josh Taylor because he's not a 140-pound fighter. But at 130 and 135, yeah, he might be the best at 130 and 135. But we got to see it. We got to see him in there with the different style fighters. You know what I'm saying? It's enough of these opponents that's going to stand right in front of you. Let me see. T. Deshaun Burst said Lomo has been calling out Tank for a hot minute, though. Oz says, yeah, man, y'all hit the like button. Everybody in the building, smash on that like button for sure. And what's good with the Curtis Anderson, the boxing historian, off in the building? Salute to you, Kurt. Blue blood in here? I ain't seen blue blood. But if blue blood in the building, salute to blue. Also, let me see what else I missed. What's good with it? Coach in the building. What's happening with it? He says, Coach said Jojo will get his eye boxed off by Dev. I think so too. I agree with you. Jojo solid, but I think that Devin Haney, you know what I'm saying, gonna put in that work in them when they fight. Dre Finest, what's happening? He said, Dre Finest says, and we need to support our black fighters. But nobody's saying anything about Canelo, but Tank is following the same blueprint as no. Don't. First of all, you cannot say that Tank Davis is following the same blueprint as Canelo. I'm a fan of both fighters, but you can't sit there and say that because it's easy for me to debunk that. Canelo Alvarez at 22 and 23 years old was fighting fighters like Floyd Mayweather, Lara, right? All champions, Floyd Mayweather, Lara, Austin Trout, Don't you can't come in here and say that. Come on, man. You got to know better than that. That's false all the way. And now Canelo Alvarez is fighting all of the top champions at 168. So you can't come in here and say that. And he talking about if he can't get the if they can't make the fight with him and Plant happen, that he's gonna go fight Bitter Beef or Bivol. So that is not the same blueprint. Come on, man. That ain't the same. He didn't Canelo didn't move like that in his early career, and he not moving like that now, so we can't say that. But like I said, I don't put this on Tank Davis, but I put it on Leonard Ellerbe and Floyd Mayweather, and it's like, you know, people see it, whether you want to admit it or not. It's not about being a fan of Tank Davis. It's about it's about wanting more out of these promoters. That's it. But yeah, man, I'm gonna let you cook on it. I'm gonna let you cook on it, Money.
Shit, what was the topic you was talking about?
So, oh yeah, y'all forgot your computer got shut down. So basically, what I said is that my take, right, is that people starting to notice that Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe, they moving Tank Davis in the way to where they're putting him in the ring, whether the opponent is bigger than Tank Davis or smaller than him. One thing that they all have in common is they all are Mexican fighters with the same type of style. Whether they throw a lot of punches, but they all pretty much are going to stand right in front of you, right? They don't have good head movement, good defense, good lateral movement, all of that, right? So they're putting him in the ring with the same style opponent, right? And I'm saying that now they need to start putting him in the ring with different styles. We want to see him in the ring with a slick boxer that can, you know what I'm saying, that can punch and box, that can do all of that. So that's basically what I'm saying. And shout out to Big Drew Titan in the building. He says the promoters. Yes. Yeah, Drew, it's the promoters. It's the I know that Tank Davis is not picking his fights. He's not coming to Floyd Mayweather and say, okay, such and such called me out, put me in the ring with such and such. Right? They don't work like that. I know it's not him. So they need to start doing that. And it's showing, like, do you have confidence? Like, to me, you need to have confidence that you could put Tank in the ring with anybody, and you ain't got to worry about having a plan for Tank. You got to have that confidence, and you got to show him that you have that confidence to put him in the ring with anybody. But go ahead, Money.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying for us, him facing all come forward fighters to make the fight exciting, and they think they want to get him in there and get him knockouts and shit like that. But like we say, man, we touch on this topic so much to the point to where we all see the situation with Mayweather and what they want to do. Like I say, when I look at it, they still trying to get Tank to the level to where it doesn't matter who he fight, he's going to be the A side against anybody. You know what I mean? People want to see him against Devin Haney. Devin Haney a free agent now. Will they put him in there with him? We don't think they'll put him in there with him right now. Why? Because Floyd and them probably thinking they gonna bring the money that they looking for to generate. You know what I'm saying? For us, the style of fighting, the people they put him in there, they gotta make it exciting. So when they look at a style of fight, they probably look at a chess match fight. You know, ain't gonna give the people what they're looking for his knockouts. But you never know. Sometimes them chess match fights bring the best out of Gervonta Davis, because it looked like that's what he gonna need to bring the best out of him. Now, for what you're saying, you're probably saying to get him ready for those styles. The same thing they were saying about Canelo. We need to fight this fighter, that fighter. Or, you know, he's fighting only come forward fighters, things of that nature. I mean, people go pick and choose, you know, what they want to say about Gervonta Davis. But when you look at Floyd now, they still trying to build him up to be that pay-per-view star. Because he ain't there yet. Don't get me wrong. He on pay-per-view. He pulling in the numbers and shit like that. And for them to get him to them numbers, they all going to have to put him in there with the top elite fighters. You know what I'm saying? The top elite fighters. But when you look at them, Ryan Garcia, I'm just saying the fighters that people want to see him fight. Ryan, Devin, T.O. You can even say Regis and motherfucking Josh Taylor since he had 140. If you campaign that 140 with the title, you can't dismiss him with those names because he got the title with the division. So you can even look at Josh Taylor and Regis Program. They still come forward fighters. You know, they got a little boxing skill and speed on them, but they like to fight it out and bang it out. So I mean, you can say that they need to start putting them out with different styles and things like that. But shit, the tough fights and the hard fighters are the come forward fighters. You know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers that's gonna give you that style. But even with people like Barrios using the jab and things of that nature where it was making his ass, you know, he had to think in the ring and things. So I mean, somebody like a Devin Haney, the only person that I can look at with the that got the legs that's gonna move. You know what I'm saying? I can't really look at nobody else out there at the landscape that's gonna be, you know, that's gonna make Tank work and have to try to get to him. I mean Shakur, but we know Shakur ain't he ain't gonna get in there with Shakur right now. He at 130. And I don't never see Tank going back to 130 pounds. I think it's gonna be 35 and 40. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that he won't go to 30, but I just see 35 and 40, especially fighting at 40. So when I look at the landscape and the fighters that's out there, I don't really see fighters that's really moving on Gervonta Davis like that, but Devin Haney. Even with Devin Haney, he gonna have to sit down at some point and start banging it out because Tank gonna get to his body. So yeah, we can say we want to see him in there with other styles of fight, and you know it'd be a good, like you say, a learning curve to get in there and move around the ring. And but still, Tank ain't gonna do shit but hunt you down. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna do nothing but hunt you down, depending on if you got pop or not. Because if you ain't got no pop, Tank gonna come and hunt your ass down. So I look at it as you know they still trying to build him up to that point where they want him to. And I know people hate to saying hearing that shit because right now at 26 he should be fighting the top fighters. I want to see him fight the top fighter, but them as promoters, you know, they feel like you know it's a level they want to get him to. Damn, you know what I mean? Letting Ellen be in Floyd Money Mayweather, and I don't think they feel like they reached that level yet with Gervonta Davis. I mean, 200,000 is good numbers, but you know, 600 and 700, and ultimately trying to touch a million with the right opponent is what they're trying to shoot for. So if they feel like they got to put him in there with the certain fighters to make Tank look exciting when he putting 16, 17,000 motherfuckers in the arena to get the knockout, that's what they gonna do. They got to bring excitement to the people. You know what I mean? If Tank get in there, and especially right now, you know what I mean? Tank get in there and go 12 rounds with people. People not go, they not go. Um, um, and I ain't gonna say they won't enjoy it because you never know how the fight play out. It could be a back and forth, give and take, things of that nature. But you know, motherfuckers out there to see Tank knock motherfuckers out. That's what they want to see. The crowd go crazy when he knock motherfuckers out. So they want to find those come forward fighters, those tough fighters, whether if it's a Mexican or a black or whatever, but they have their Mexican to put in the ring with him to be exciting to give the people what they want, man. That's what Floyd and Lennon doing now. They playing to the people and they thinking people want to see Tank knock motherfuckers out. So they be putting motherfuckers down, they can come forward so they can knock them the fuck out. Now, for us, would that hurt him when he get into the ring with a Devin Haney? You know, by him not fighting a fighter that's moving where you can work on cutting the ring off, things of that nature. Well, that's what Tank IQ will have to come in. I think he's an all around fighter to where you have to figure it out in the ring anyway. Whether it's a come forward fighter, whether it's a style that's going to box you or anything. In the ring, you're still going to have to figure it out. So I just think, you know, different strokes for different folks. But if you do get in there with that style of fight, you know, you bring in sparring partners and things like that, and you work on the game plan. So I don't think it's that they need to put him in off that style of fight. But you know, it comes down to when you do fight in that style, how do you react, and does it play a part when you get into the ring with it? But overall, man, you know, they trying to build Tank up just to get in there and bring excitement to, like you say, maximize the as much money as they can get up off of him. You know what I'm saying? But still make it exciting. So, but I do agree it's time for them to put him in there with one of them names, bro. Whether it's Ryan Garcia to Teofimo Lopez, it's time for him to fight one of them names at 26 years of age anyway. You know what I mean? So we'll see how it play out with their ass.
Um,
Tank ain't pushing 30, man. He's 26. You ain't gonna just put
no.
30 on the man, Miami kid, Jay.
And my man Dre, the finest in that super chat, he said you took it the wrong way. He says that's what I'm saying. You mean the Canelo comment? I'm confused because I remember you said that they're moving Canelo the same way. Um, or Canelo moving the same way as Tank or something like that. I didn't really see it like that, but uh, yeah. If I took what you were saying wrong, my bad. But man, so Tank Davis, he is about to be 27 in a few months, right? He'll be 27 in a few months. Tank Davis won his championship, right? Almost 5 years ago from Jose Pedraza. Uh, I hear what you're saying about, they still trying to build him up to make him a pay-per-view superstar. And well, Errol Spence went out there and he made himself a pay-per-view superstar. They didn't have no plan for him. They didn't have to move him strategically. They went in there because they had the utmost confidence in him, right? Went in there and he fought all of the best, still fighting the best. It wasn't, well, we gotta, you know what I'm saying? What if they had a plan for Errol Spence? Well, we got a plan for Errol. You know what I'm saying? What if Errol Spence, when he got the IBF title, all of a sudden they had a plan for Errol Spence? How would Errol Spence, right? How would Errol Spence do in a Terrence Crawford fight? Obviously, we haven't seen that fight, but how would Errol Spence do in a Terrence Crawford fight if everybody he had fought was the same style of opponent? Everybody was let's say a Leonard Bundu. Everybody was the same style of opponent, gonna stand right in front of Errol Spence, have no type of lateral movement. And he just went through fucking 15 Leonard Bundus, right? I'm talking about that style. And then he gets in the ring with Terrence Crawford. All of a sudden, he get in the ring with Terrence Crawford. Let's go move, box, switch, all of that. How is he preparing himself for being in the ring with that style of opponent? If that were the case, I wouldn't give Errol Spence no chance in hell to beat Terrence Crawford, because you used to being in the ring with the same type of opponent. All of them fight the same way, over and over and over and over. Iron sharpens iron. Experience being in the ring, having experience with different style fighters, that's what gets you better. That's what builds your IQ. Yeah, we say Tank Davis has a high IQ. And yeah, he does shit in the ring against the type of opponents that he's fighting that shows you, okay, Tank Davis got a good IQ, right? But at the same time, we ain't seen him in the ring, right, to match his IQ against somebody like a Gary Russell, a Vasil Lomachenko, a Devin Haney, a Teofimo Lopez. We need to see him in the ring with somebody that can box and punch, or that's just a superb boxer like Devin Haney. They don't have to hit like a brick, because his boxing skills are enough to make you look bad, right? It's that time. We need to stop making excuses for Tank Davis and the opponents that Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe are putting him in the ring with, right? Because they all the same opponents. Whether they're bigger than him or smaller, they all have the same style, right? So it's not.
You keep saying making excuses. Can you understand the fact that you're going to have to figure it out anyway? Like, you're a professional fighter, bro. Gervonta Davis is an elite fighter, so you're going to have to make that.
But let me say,
whether it's a boxing style or not.
Let me say what I'm saying. Like I said, he's about to be 27 years old in a few months. He's been champion for almost 5 years. So how long are we going to sit here and say, well, it's, they're trying to build him to do this and do. I've seen a whole bunch of fighters.
I want to ask you something, Keith. So
I've seen a whole bunch of fighters build into superstars without having a plan and moving them strategically.
If Tank was to fight Devin right now, you saying Tank could lose to Devin Haney because he haven't fought somebody with a Devin Haney style?
See, you weren't on here earlier.
No, I'm asking you that. That's what I'm asking.
No, you weren't. If you had heard what I said earlier, you wouldn't be asking me that.
I'm asking you. Do you think?
I know. I answered that question earlier.
Okay, so what was the answer?
I said, even though if Tank Davis and Devin Haney fought each other right now, I said I would pick Tank Davis to beat Devin Haney, right? But I said, but it don't matter what I think or what I would pick. At the end of the day, we still need to see him in the ring with those type of fighters. So I can tell you all day, well, yeah, I think Tank Davis would beat Devin Haney, but that don't matter. We still need to see him in the ring with that type of fighter. And then when they asked Leonard Ellerbe and Floyd Mayweather, about getting in the ring with a fighter like Devin Haney, they need to stop making excuses on why they won't put him in the ring with Devin Haney. And then when you ask Tank Davis, he needs to stop repeating and mimicking the shit that they told him. Oh,
I remember Devin Haney fighting somebody like a Gervonta Davis.
Huh? What?
I remember saying Devin Haney fighting somebody like a Gervonta Davis neither.
But the thing is Devin Haney is trying to fight Gervonta Davis and fighters like Gervonta Davis.
I don't see him in the ring with somebody like a Tank.
Like I said, he's trying to. On that end, they're not trying to. That's the big difference. Coach. I'm gonna drop the link in here for you, Coach. Hold on. I got you, Coach. But that's all I'm saying, and I don't want to cook on this for too much long. I'm gonna let Coach get in what he gonna cook on. But that's just how I feel. I'm a fan of Tank Davis, but I'm a boxing fan before I even knew. I'm a boxing fan before Tank Davis was even thought about. Before Tank Davis was even thought about being put on this earth, I was a boxing fan. You feel me? So I'm a Tank Davis. I'm a fan of him, but I'm a boxing fan. So I want to see the best fights. I want to see him go up against the best. It doesn't matter if I'm sitting here saying that I pick him over Devin Haney or.
You should just say you want to see the best. You should just say you want to see the best versus the best.
Straight up.
Him against a certain style, because
we haven't never seen him against.
Those styles ain't gonna mimic a Devin, nor would they mimic a Gary Russell.
No, we need to see him in there with different styles. That fighters that's on that top level that have a different style. It's not going to just.
You want to see him fight the best. Period.
But what's good with you, Coach?
Hey, what's happening, brothers? How y'all doing?
What's happening?
I just got a few.
You cut out.
I just got a few things to say about this. First of all, Leonard Ellaby and Floyd Mayweather. Tank. It aggravated me to my soul in the post-press conference that they never let this kid speak for himself, right? Floyd always got to intervene. Look at me. But it ain't about you no more. Go on and let this man speak for himself. Nobody spoke for you when you was coming through the ranks. Now, Keon, you made a great point. All right. That boy been champion since he was, 22, 23 years old?
22.
Tank Davis, 22 years old, right? We haven't seen Tank in the ring with an elite fighter that's on his level, that's his size, right? We saw Mario Barrios. He was a WBA regular champion, right? Now, Tank Davis, don't get me wrong, I love Tank. He's a great fighter, and I just want to see him fight the best fighters. But the way they moving him, if Errol Spence had moved that way, Errol wouldn't have 2 belts right now. He wouldn't have 2 belts right now. If you're a man and you're talking about you the best, then get in there. Errol Spence had a mission. He had his blinders on. I'm going to get all the belts. That is his mission, right? You never see Tank Davis move like that. When Lomachenko had the belts, Lomachenko called him out. Why the champion got to call him out? Now Devin Haney got the WBC belt. But you going to go fight Mario Barrios when you could go get the green strap at 135 if you can beat him. So they moving him strategically. They moving him like, you haven't seen Tank in there with, and don't get me wrong, he's a great fighter, great IQ, got good power. He got all of that. But Devin Haney want these fights. So that's another great point you made. He want to fight the best, but everybody's avoiding him. It's just like Errol Spence when he first got the IBF. He offered fights to Danny. He offered fights to Keith Thurman. He offered fights to Sean Porter. Nobody wanted to see him. He haven't done enough. Wait a minute. He has a belt. Like y'all said, go get a belt first. He did that. Now Devin Haney's going through the same shit because of his style. He's a hit and not get hit fighter. So if Tank Davis claimed to be the best, and he's a star, like Nose always said, because that's what me and my son call him, Nose in an Ellaby. If he's a star, put him in there with some somebody who got some better skills than Mario Barrios or Pedraza and guys like that, man. We understand you trying to build this kid's brand, but it's time for Tank to step up and start telling them, listen, either y'all gonna give me these better fights because I want the belts and a legacy. This way he builds no legacy doing what he's doing right now. There's no legacy at all. He's building no legacy other than he's a good fighter. That's it. He's not fighting the best fighters, and people want to fight him. You got Teofimo who wanted to fight him. You got Devin Haney who definitely wanted to fight him. I don't even count Ryan Garcia because I don't consider him one of the elites. I just think he's a popular fighter. That's it. You know, he's popular. That's it. But because you beat Luke Campbell, that don't mean shit. You know, so it's all this politics that's going on, and the way Leonard Ellaby and Floyd Mayweather. I understand y'all want to maximize y'all revenue off of this kid. I understand y'all don't want to blemish him and all that, but this is boxing. It's a sport. Somebody got to win. Somebody got to lose. 9 out of 10 times, because sometimes you get a draw. But at least put him in there, and then you can at least. But it's up to Tank to do this. We can't. It's up to Tank to start speaking up. You grown now, bro. You're not 22 no more. You're almost 27 years old, bro. If Errol Spence had moved like this, he wouldn't have 2 belts right now. There's no way he wouldn't have 2 belts.
Can I ask you something, Coach?
Yes, sir.
Well, Earl beat Mikey, and I gave Earl all the credit in the world. Mikey moved up, right, after being the big world champion. So you say Tank ain't built on legacy, but when he knocked out Leo Santa Cruz, who's also a 4-division world champion, y'all don't mention Leo Santa Cruz's name because y'all say, oh, well, Leo, he ain't got no power, this, that. Mikey didn't have the power going up against Earl. Well, EJ but EJ get all the credit in the world, and I give him all the credit in the world.
Compare Leo Santa Cruz to Mikey.
Wait a minute, I don't care what you're talking about, bro. We talking about Leo Santa Cruz, the 4-division world champion, gonna be a Hall of Fame fighter, just like Mikey Garcia going to be a Hall of Fame fighter. But people want to see him fight Gary Russell Jr., Keon, one of them, still coming from a smaller weight class, right? Mario Barrios, a big motherfucker. He go up. Now, yes, is it the fucking Devin Haney's and a TOs and a Ryan? You say you don't give him credit for Ryan, but I will give him credit for Ryan Garcia, because when you look at Ryan Garcia's resume, you look at Devin Haney's resume, it ain't too far apart. Y'all can look at it and say this: Ryan Garcia knocking motherfuckers out, and he got real power. Devin got boxing skills. Ryan got real power. So if he was to fight Ryan Garcia, you have to give him his just due. But it just come down, bro, to when you look at look, I don't agree with the moving shit. I want him to fight these guys too. It's time. It's time, right? Earl won his first title at 27 years of age. 27. Now, I'm not pointing out ages and things like that. And we know Earl is a different dog. That's a different animal. So
that's not the only thing.
Different strokes. I know Earl won the best when he was coming up. Different strokes for different folks. But Earl wasn't under a promoter neither. You feel me? Earl was with Al Heyman, and he had the killers out there. Gervonta Davis was with Al Heyman, and the killers out there. Tank will be doing the same thing, trying to get him on the rise. But this is what I said about Gervonta, bro. Yes, he's falling into that mix to where when your team tell you they're going to do something for you, we're going to get you millions of dollars. We're going to make you a pay-per-view attraction. We're going to make you a world champion. And they doing that shit. It's going to be hard for him to go against that. Not saying that Tank don't want to fight these guys. It's going to be hard for him to go against that. But, you know, it's like shit they is doing what they saying they doing. So looking from Gervonta's perspective, he like, shit, they making me millions of dollars. I'm the hottest fighter in the motherfucking game. What do I got to complain about? And not saying that, you know, he don't want these dudes or it's not going to happen, but it's going to be hard for him to go against them when they doing everything that they said they're going to do for you. See what I'm saying? So, you know, I understand what y'all saying, and yes, y'all are right on what y'all saying when it's time for him to fight the big guys, right? But it ain't just easy for him and Teofimo to fight with the situation. Now, him and Devin, I feel like that fight can be made because Bill and Devin is ready and they ain't got no promoters. Him and Brian Garcia, it was talked about, it can be made. So it's certain fights out there that can be made that Floyd and them do got to look at and try to make happen. But at the same time, you know, Tank resume ain't the worst resume, and what he doing is he is building legacy. Y'all got to give him credit for what he doing, bro.
All right. You said one fighter that you can compare. First of all, nobody else wanted to fight Earl when he took that fight with Mike.
No, that's not my thing, though, Coach. That's not my thing.
Hold on.
I'm just saying, Mikey is 4-division world champion. Leo Santa Cruz is 4-division world champion.
And guess what? I don't have a problem with that. But the problem I do have is this. First of all, just like you said, Leo's coming up. Only reason Earl took that fight was because Mikey called him out, number one, and that's the type of guy Earl is. You talk shit about me, get in the ring, and I'm going to whoop your ass. Number two is, look at the other people who his Tank Davis resume can't even. Was Tank a champion before Earl or after?
Nah, Earl was a champ first.
Earl was a champ first.
Tank Davis was the champion before Earl was. Tank Davis was the champion before Errol Spence was.
No, he wasn't, bro.
Yes, he was.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What you talking about? He was.
So, that's right. So now look how Earl moved. Look how he moved. He done got 2 straps, legitimate straps, not no regular titles, none of this shit. He got the straps. Now think about it like this. Look at Earl Spence's resume. Tank was a champion before him. Earl started boxing later than all these guys. He started when he was 15. Tank been boxing since he was 7 or 5 or 6 or 7, one of them. So now he been in there. He's been a champion since he was 22 years old, right? And he got one guy who you can say was a 4-division world champion, and Leo Santa Cruz. Look at Earl's resume and see all the guys he fought. Just think about that.
My thing is not comparing Earl. My thing is not comparing Earl and Tank together, bro. That's not my thing. My thing was when you said, oh, you know, Tank, the guys he fight that you're not giving the credit for. But like I'm saying, if EJ get credit for Mikey, and I give him all the credit for Mikey, one bad motherfucker, 4-division world champion on the pound for pound list, Gervonta Davis get credit for Leo Santa Cruz, the 4-division world champion, the future Hall of Famer. You can't have it one way and don't do it the other. Everybody want to see him fight Gary Russell, who's still coming from a smaller weight class, but just because he fought Leo Santa Cruz,
first of all, Leo Santa Cruz, right? Leo Santa Cruz didn't even fight the best in his weight division, which was Gary Russell. Right?
It doesn't matter what
Leo Santa Cruz.
Everyone wanted to see him fight Gary Russell.
Earlier, I said before you got on here,
division, bro.
Hey, before you got on here earlier, I said you weren't on here. I said Leo Santa Cruz, right, is the same style fighter. Right, my whole point, right? You see, we didn't change this. You changed the subject.
This wasn't even a question.
Hold on, let me finish because I've been here and I haven't said nothing. Right? You changed the whole subject. My whole thing was that, right?
How did I change?
He's been in there with the same style opponents. He's been in there with the same style opponents. Leo Santa Cruz was that same style opponent. Whether you want to try to act like Leo,
you say I changed
the best Mexican fighter you ever seen in the world. Whatever you want to say about Leo.
My question was the coach about.
He was the same style opponent.
Let it finish. Let's hear what he got to say. You saying that your question to me was, did I give him credit? First of all, Mikey was undefeated, right? That's one thing.
So you got to be undefeated now, coach.
Wait, no. Listen to what I'm saying. He was undefeated, right? When he fought Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia hadn't lost a fight. Leo Santa Cruz doing what? How many fights he done lost so far?
He lost one. He advanced that loss.
He lost to
Carl Frampton. He advanced it. When he fought Tank, he only had one loss.
He lost to Carl Frampton.
Yeah, he advanced it. No, that was it.
No. He lost to. Didn't he lose to Mara? No, that was Nonito Donet. All right. Okay, now check this out. I'm not saying I don't give him credit for Leo Santa Cruz. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this. You know, as a guy, y'all in the LDBC and all, y'all want to see the best fight the best. And we just tired of them picking these guys who they know Tank can beat. That's all I'm saying. They know Tank gonna beat these guys. It's like with that's not fighting the best fighters. Now, if he would have walked up there and said, okay, at 140, and they could have got Josh Hill in the ring, or Regis or somebody like that, then you could say, you know what, Tank is the fucking greatest thing since sliced bread. But to just go and pick somebody because he got a regular championship, and they know what they did, it's strategic, bro. They doing this shit strategically. And we see it because we are true boxing fans. We not a casual and just go crazy because Tank knocked people out. We know the difference. Casual fans are like, man, that motherfucker bad. He knocked motherfuckers out. But true fans, we know that he's not fighting the best. We know that shit, right? So they take advantage of that. The promoters take advantage of that. Leonard Ellaby knows and Mayweather take advantage of that shit. Because they know that as long as he knocking motherfuckers out, he gonna get a bunch of people to come see him fight. And he's an exciting fighter. And I'm not taking away no skill level from Tank. I'm not. But it's time for him to step up and fight some of these guys who gonna give him a challenge, who gonna put him to the test and really see what he's about. We know he got power. We know he got skills. But against somebody else with power and skills, what is he gonna do? Lomachenko been calling him out since he became champion. Since he was 22. Lomachenko said, I'll fight him tomorrow. Guess what Floyd and Nose did? What Nose did? He opened that big nose and said, we got a plan for Tank Davis. You know, we got plans for Tank Davis. He's a star. He's gonna be one of the biggest fighters. That may be so. But Floyd didn't move that way when he was coming through the ranks. When Floyd was winning championship, Floyd was fighting the best. Floyd Mayweather fought 26 world champions. Now, is it that y'all don't have that kind of confidence in Tank Davis? Or have y'all turned into these really promoters who just trying to stack their chips on the back of this kid? That's the question.
One of the two. That's all it is. It's one of the two.
Hey.
Batman, what's happening with it?
Yo, what's up, Coach? What's up, Keon?
What's up, Batman?
Nothing
What's going on, brother?
Shit, just listening, man. You know, listen to three great commentators, man. You know.
Yeah, man. You know, just like I said, bro.
Like Coach said, Coach got a point. I mean, you know, they just instead of them letting him fight the best and make him a real star, they building them into a star. I mean, they making them. I mean, they doing it by the casual fans. They don't give a fuck about the hardcore boxing fans. They
That's
doing
right.
it. Long as Tank get knockouts and the motherfucker that they really know nothing about boxing but know about, he just knocked that motherfucker out. I mean, you know, that's the praise he gonna get because it's more casual fans than real fans of boxing. I mean, and, you know, I want to see him in there with some, you know, somebody that's great on the other side. Not no Mario Barrios, and you know, I know money say Mario Barrios was a champion, but you go look at his resume say something different. I mean, you know, he fought for the title against a 7-0 fighter.
And lost, really.
Yeah, and
got
lost.
his ass beat.
Hey, and his face looked like he had a big apricot on the side of it in that fight too.
He got the shit beat out of him.
Hey.
Yeah, so you know, and then I want to see what Mayweather talking about. He talking about that they only doing business with PBC fighters. It's only two PBC fighters right now that Tank can fight. My brother is one, and what's my
Chris
man
Colbert.
name?
Chris Colbert.
Yeah, Chris Colbert is the other.
That's a good fight.
I would love to see him knock the shit out of Chris Colbert, but Chris Colbert is a different style fighter though. He got skills. He can move. He's not gonna just be right in front of you.
Nah, I just
even if I know Tank Davis can, I can't say I know. Even if I think that Tank Davis will knock out Chris Colbert, I still want to see him in the ring with that style opponent. I want to see how he, you know what I'm saying, how he moves and how he fights against that style.
And like I said, I just want everybody to hold Mayweather to what he said.
Hey, that's a good fight right there. But I'm sure they at the drawing board right now trying to figure out how to move him, how they gonna, you know, what they gonna do. Who can we get him to fight that's gonna bring a good crowd, but he ain't too dangerous. You know, low risk, high reward. That's the way they moving him. And I, as a person who like boxing and want to see the best fight the best, I don't respect that. That's just me. I don't and I don't see it as Tank. Just like you said, and just like Money said, it's not Tank. It's not him. Because I think Tank will get in the ring and fight anybody. I really do. I think Tank will get in there and give it his best and probably beat most of the guys. But that's it's Mayweather and Leonard Ellerby, and they know they taking advantage of the system. They know they taking advantage of casual fans. That's what they doing, and you can't blame them because it was a learned process with Floyd when he left Top Rank, and he promoted himself as the heel, just like they do in wrestling. You got the good guy and you got the heel. Floyd promoted himself as the heel, knowing it was gonna bring in more revenue, and hey, now he the only freaking he's the only athlete who is a billionaire behind this. So I understand why they doing it. It's not something that we respect because we love boxing and we like to see the best fight the best. That's just the way it is. And unfortunately, we in the minority, right? We in the minority because you got celebrities who don't know shit about boxing. Some of them do, but most of them don't. They go to these fights. They pay the big dollars to sit in the front. They do all of this shit because they like to see Tank knock people out. That's basically it. But they don't. They can't tell you. They probably can't tell you who this fighter and that fighter is. They can't.
They come for the crowd and entertainment. Yeah?
Right. And let me read this. Let me read this super chat, and I'm gonna give y'all a great example of that. T-Rev 713. Salute to you off in that super chat. He said they're about to jump Money now. Nah, man, Money know boxing. Money know what it is, man. He know boxing shit, man. For real, Money know boxing in his sleep. He know what it is.
Yeah, but, Money just a fan of Tank, and you know he gonna ride with Tank.
He gonna stand. Money is the type. He gonna stand on his square. It don't matter. No matter what, he gonna stand on his shit.
But Money got to admit though. Money got to admit he not fighting the best fighters. You got to admit that.
Not all of his fights, but some of his fights, yeah.
So let me say this, right? This is a perfect example of what you were saying about the casual fans, right? But a lot of casual fans, they'll try to argue with you because they don't know that they casual fans. Now, perfect example, right? I got a cousin. He thinks the world of Tank Davis. He thinks Tank Davis can whoop any and everybody, right? So me and him get to arguing because he telling me that Tank Davis, he like, yeah, Spence that dude, but he couldn't fuck with Tank. He can't fuck with Tank. And I said, bro, what you talking about? Tank Davis is, you know what I'm saying? Tank Davis is 2 weight classes, 3 weight classes, below Aerospace. Nah, he Tank Davis, that nigga, that knockout power, that Tank. So that's what casuals, all they care about is knockout power. They don't know nothing else but Tank going in there, knocking these guys out. If Leonard Ellerby and Floyd Mayweather, they see that and they understand that and they know that, so they know, look, we're just going to keep moving him carefully, strategically, putting him in the ring with guys that we know that he can knock out, right? Tailor-made, the same style. They're all the same style opponents, whether they're bigger or smaller than Tank. Look, it's facts. I'm talking about facts. They all the same style opponents, right? So what's going to happen when they have to put him in there with a slick fighter like a Devin Haney or a Teofimo Lopez that can do different things? Well, he's never been in there with a fighter like that.
They say he quit in the doghouse. Now, that's just what I heard. They say he quit in the doghouse when he was in there with Dev. So, hey, bro, that's what I heard. But hey, it is what it is.
Leo Santa Cruz was Tank Davis was an 8-1 favorite over Leo Santa Cruz. So, I mean, it's we haven't seen him in there, right? When you go look at the odds, right? When you go look at the betting odds, you can see what type of fighters that your favorite fighter is fighting. If the betting odds are always outrageous, like Terrence Crawford, you know what I'm saying? You can see what type of fighters they fight if you always go and you look at the betting odds and they a negative 800, a negative 1,000, a negative 1,200, a negative 700. That means that they not fighting the best opponents. Well, we all know that Tank Davis is not fighting the best opponents. Motherfuckers can argue. We all know that. It doesn't matter if you love him or like him or hate him. The fact is a fact. But my thing wasn't even coming at him about not fighting the best. I want to see him fight a different style of opponent that's not tailor-made to his style, right? Because, yeah, we know that Tank can box, but how well will he do against another superb boxer?
Who would that opponent be, Keon, for you?
It's a lot of opponents out there that can box like that.
I mean, name one.
Devin Haney, that's one.
Devin Haney, Lomachenko,
Wait a minute. You said the lead up for them to fight that style. So if he get in there with Devin Haney, you saying that he haven't fought nobody to fight that style. So who else besides Devin Haney? You saying that the top fighters. That means you just want to see the best versus the best. So when you say you want to see him get in there with a style to fight that style, and then you put the top guy that you want to see him fight.
I never said I wanted him to get in there with a style to fight that style.
Okay, I want to see him with a different style. So when you get in there with a different, Keon, you said you want to see him get in there.
I never said I wanted him to get in there with a style to fight that style.
What are you going to do when he get in there with the boxing style, right? You say, what is he going to do when he get in there with a boxing style if he never fought that style, right? So if Devin Haney is the creme de la creme,
who you want to see him fight? Who you want to see him fight?
It doesn't matter what style he getting on with. Wait a minute. When you're a professional fighter, bro, you're gonna have to make adjustments for anybody anyway. Whether you went in there and fought 16 pressure style motherfuckers, and then your 17 fight is going to be a boxing style. It's up to you and your coach to get you ready for that fucking style. It doesn't matter. You keep saying, "Oh, I want to see him with a different style." No. You want to see him versus the best, like Coach won't, like Bet won't, like I won't in the crowd.
Okay, who do you want to see him fight?
I want to see him versus the best. It's time for him to get in there. It's time for him to get in there with the best, bro.
Who is the best? Who do you want to see him fight?
The same names that you're talking about, the Devin Haney's, the TFP Mo's, the Ryan Garcia's. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I consider Ryan Garcia one of the best.
That's you, Coach. Ryan is one of the best at the end of the day. It doesn't matter if you say, oh,
then, okay, if you could have him fight somebody next, who would you pick?
If Tank wants to get in there with Devin Haney right now, it would be a hell of a fight, but Tank knocks out Devin Haney.
Okay, if you can have him fight somebody right now, who would you pick?
And he haven't fought a style. Ryan Garcia. My fight is Ryan Garcia.
So you want him to fight Ryan Garcia next?
You just asked me. I told you. The next fight I want for Javante is Ryan Garcia. You just asked me, and I gave you my answer.
Hold on, Money. Hold on. So now this is what tripped me out about this whole thing. First of all, Ryan Garcia ain't never had a fucking belt. He don't want to fight the best. Ryan Garcia fought a Luke Campbell, got knocked down, got knocked on his fucking ass, right?
So who did Devin Haney fight, Coach?
He fought Linares. Devin Haney got
Linares and Luke fought each other though.
Wait, who won?
Linares won.
Okay. So there you go.
But they still fought each other. It's still on the same level, Coach.
This is the difference, though. This is the difference. Devin Haney, get up in there. He changed up because he was trying to get Linares out of there. He got hit. We done seen Floyd get clipped.
I'm not talking about him getting hit or none of that.
This is my thing. Why not put him in there with the champion? Why not put him in there with the WBC champion? Why you want to put him in there with a motherfucking YouTube dude, bro? Or Twitter, or whatever the fuck it is.
First of all, Ryan ain't no YouTube dude.
I'm not
as a professional fighter.
Twitter, Instagram, whatever that shit is. It don't matter. The point is, he's one good fighter.
That's y'all take. That's y'all take on Ryan Garcia, bro. My take on Ryan Garcia, he's still a dangerous fighter. Ryan Garcia fast, with power, with pop. Now, y'all saying y'all want to see him fight the best, but y'all saying Ryan Garcia ain't one of the best. But when it was already planned out for Devin to fight Tio and for Tank to fight Ryan, then the best of the best fight each other, I didn't hear people saying, "Oh, I don't want to." And I'm not saying you, Coach, because you saying I didn't hear people saying, "Oh, man, or you want to see him fight Ryan?" All right, y'all looking at Ryan like, "Oh, Ryan's just a walk around the park because he's not what y'all want to see him."
Nah, people been tripping.
What y'all want to see him against. But my next fight for Javante is Ryan Garcia.
You know why I wanted to see him fight Ryan Garcia? You want to know why? Because Ryan Garcia gonna get exposed very bad and gonna get knocked the fuck out. That's why I want to see it. They bringing this motherfucker up like he the greatest thing since sliced bread. Ain't proved shit. Ain't fought nobody but one good fucking fighter who done had losses on his record. But they want to you want to put him in.
Devin Haney resume ain't no better than Ryan Garcia resume, coach.
Garcia backed out that fight because he know his fucking team told him, bro, you are not. Even Oscar De La Hoya said it. He is not ready for Tank Davis.
Devin resume ain't no better than Ryan Garcia resume.
He got a fucking belt, bro. He got the WBC green belt, dog. That means something. He got the WBC green belt. That used to mean something. Apparently, it don't mean a fucking thing nowadays. But he got the WBC green belt. Why not put him up against the champion, the real champion, not a regular champion? None of that bullshit. He just fought the regular champion. They ain't put him in there with Josh Taylor, which Tank gonna get his ass whipped if he get up in there with Josh Taylor. I'm just letting everybody know that. They could be Tank fans all they want. He get up in there with Josh Taylor, you might as well put an L on his record, because he gonna get an L. I'm just letting y'all know.
I got Tank beating Josh Taylor, and I got Tank beating Regis Prograis.
Man, Regis gonna stop me.
and I'm a bet on
that shit funny.
And I'm a bet on it.
Hey, that's funny. That's funny.
Let me tell you something. You can't get Leonard Ellerbe and Floyd Mayweather to melt Tank down and pour him on Regis Prograis.
I don't mind what Leonard and Ellerbe doing, but I got Tank to beat Josh and Regis Prograis.
Man,
he got Tank going underwater, plugging his nose.
That ain't going underwater. A man going up. A man. I got people. Look, any fighter to me max out in 3 weight classes, bro. 3 weight classes with your maximum ability.
I used to hold you up here knowing boxing, dog. Really. I used to hold you up here. Now you done dropped down a couple notches.
Because I got Tank beating your mans.
No. Either one of them too. They too big, they too strong, and they punch too fucking hard for Tank. Not no, they ain't gonna pity pat like motherfucking Mario Barrios. They gonna crack the fuck out of it.
So Tank can't crack, coach?
I'm not saying it.
No, I'm just saying. Could he match the power?
You fighting elite fighters, not no Mario. When you fight elite fighters, fighting elite fighters and size make a difference, bro.
Is Tank an elite fighter?
Yes, that's why I said size is a difference when elite fight elite. And when elite fight elite, just like you gonna see tomorrow night. Jermell gonna beat the shit out of that dude, right? And dude small, that dude 5'7". Jermell gonna beat the shit out of him. Just watch. You think Brian Castano is that good? This and this, he gonna get fucked up in this fight. Mark my words, it ain't gonna even be close. He gonna come in there and try to get on and try to get on him, and he gonna catch some hard shit. And that jab ain't gonna be soft like he been dealing with.
Let me say this. Ross, let me say this. After the press conference, right? Tank Davis and Leonard Ellerbe, right? They asked about Tank Davis being at 140 pounds. They said absolutely not. They said 140 is not his weight division. He'll absolutely be going back down to 130 or 135, right? They said, so you don't never see him fighting at 140? He said, no, unless it's a right fight. Now, does that sound like somebody that they even think can beat Josh Taylor or Regis Prograis?
I don't give a fuck what
Come on, bro. If they can beat Josh Taylor, you don't think he'll move up to 140 right now and fight for undisputed?
I don't care what Floyd and Leonard talking
about.
You
won't believe that shit yourself when they hook you up to a lie detector test.
First of all, let me
hook you up to a lie detector test. That bitch bloods and beef and you all types of shit.
You running your mouth, Keon?
Nigga, I'm on record. You don't believe that dumb shit.
I'm on record in multiple videos saying who I got Tank beating. So you can do all that. You don't believe that. You can do all that.
You got Tank beating Josh Taylor at 140 right now. Man, you tripping.
I got Tank beating Josh Taylor and Regis Prograis at 140. When you finish one of your goals,
and King 3-Eyed Supreme, you tripping right along with him. Tank knocks out Josh Taylor. Man, man, come on, man.
Now, when you finish, like I say, I will put money on it, bro.
Okay. If they make that fight, we got that one too. Just like I got David Benavidez and Canelo, I got both of y'all with that one. I got David Benavidez. All right.
Hey,
all right.
But they can say that all they want because they know that fighter never get made.
They can say that all they want because they know that.
They know that fighter never. I got Tank Davis beating Josh.
I know that fight ain't gonna never happen.
Sound ignorant as hell. I got Tank Davis going up underwater beating Josh.
If the nigga can fight at 140, the nigga can
I
fight
got Tank Davis beating King Kong.
Period.
Come on, bro.
I tell you what. They got another Mexican. He come for a fighter that'll give Tank fucking problems, even though he just lost. Because you know we got undisputed at 140. Put him in there with Ramirez if you think he that bad. Put him in there. Put him in there with Ramirez. Put him in there if he think 140 ain't shit. Because you fought Barrios. Put him in there with fucking Ramirez and watch what happens.
I saw Tank Davis walk on water and beat the shit out of a nigga at the same time. Come on, bro. Like, man, stop that bullshit. Tank Davis is a great fighter. Like I said before,
if y'all look, because you feel how you feel,
Tank might be the best at 130.
You can't get pissed off at
135. I don't know. We ain't gonna see it.
You can't get pissed off at other people for having Tank beating certain fighters, bro. You can't stick your chest out and huff and puff and get mad because people got Tank beat this fight.
But we giving y'all entertainment. We giving you hit the like button. That's all we ask is hit the like button. It don't cost nothing to hit the like button. We should have way more likes than this. Y'all sitting here and y'all can't hit. Come on, hit the like button. It don't cost nothing to hit the like button.
So money, you got him beating Shakur if they fight at 130.
After Shakur last performance, yeah.
Let me read this super chat.
Shakur's my guy too.
My man Freddie say Mexican here. He says can we just get Tank versus Lopez for now? He says Canelo versus Charlo / Benavidez. He says Bud versus Spence, AJ versus Wilder Fury winner. He says fan here regardless of race. Yeah, I mean that's what we supposed to be seeing, shit like that. But this is boxing and this ain't how it work no more, unfortunately. But salute to you, Freddie, in that super chat coming through. And to me, it don't matter what race you are. If you can fight, you can fight. That's what it is to me.
It definitely ain't about race. Didn't I just talk about Josh fucking Taylor? That's a bad motherfucker. I don't care if that bitch purple. That motherfucker can fight.
Right. But man, at the end of the day, like I said, Tank is a great talent, but we don't know how good he is, man, until they put him in. We can say, oh, Tank can do this and Tank can go underwater and whoop Godzilla. We need to see him in there with these people.
I mean, you're not good. A lot of fighters here that you bump up.
Period. That's it. Because and then we're gonna move on. But I'm gonna say this, right? I'm gonna say this. Teofimo Lopez, he needs to fight such and such, and he needs to do this and he needs to do that. Lomachenko, he needs to do this, he needs to do that. Devin Haney ain't fought nobody. He needs to do this. He needs to do that. Gary Russell, he needs to do this and he needs to do that because he ain't fought nobody. This and that. Tank Davis, well, they have a plan for Tank Davis. You know, they moving him. Y'all gotta understand what they doing for Tank Davis. Tank Davis don't need to. Well, everybody else they need to do this and that, but Tank Davis don't.
I don't know who you're alluding to. I don't know who you're alluding to. You got to be alluding to somebody else.
Kurt Anderson says it's always about race. I think you took what we said out of context. We said that we don't care if you can fight, you can fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you fucking purple, white, brown, whatever color you are, if you can fight, you can fight. You know what I'm saying? We want to see the best fighting the best.
No, he's saying I understand what they're saying about race is the opportunities. It's the opportunities that other guys get that other guys can't get.
Tank can fight anybody. Anybody.
Yeah, Tank can.
Tank can fight anybody. They'll let that because Tank is the money man, straight up.
And the money man. If he wasn't the money man, he'd be a Devin Haney or Gary Russell Jr. or
right. That's them dangerous motherfuckers that they scared to fuck with. Them right there, see? That's what that's about.
Man, take knock all their ass out.
Look at Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor was an Olympian. Josh Taylor was an Olympian. He got his shot on his 14th fight.
Yeah. But you got to give him this, though. He entered the World Series of Boxing. He went in the World Series of Boxing, and all the motherfuckers that had belts, except Ramirez, who wouldn't enter that tournament, he fought in that tournament, and he won that fucking tournament. Coach, you can
he can fight though. But he can fight though. But when I'm saying
let's move on, because we got to move on to the next. But we weren't even supposed to cook on this for this long. But I want to move on to
I mean, y'all get on tape. Y'all can't stop, man. He's a thanks to star, man. Thanks to star.
It's just like any high topic.
But man, let's move on. And let's talk about real quick, right? Because we ain't got that much time. Because I want to get to Canelo and Plant. I want to get to the Canelo and Plant. But real quick, right? They had the weigh-ins today, and we seen Jermall Charlo almost getting the fight with Brian Castano's manager. Hey, what y'all think about that? And I want to get everybody picks. Excuse me.
Bro,
let me get Kurt Anderson real quick. My man, the boxing historian, Kurt Anderson, in that super chat. He says, I just did 150 greatest black fighters in the last 100 years. He says, excuse me. All right, my bad. He says, I got honest stories about what black fighters went through. Oh man, we all know that. Don't get it twisted. I come on here and I talk about that shit all the time. What I was saying, Kurt, is I don't look at somebody if they can fight like Caleb Plant. I fuck with Caleb Plant. I don't look at him and say, okay, I ain't gonna fuck with him because he's white, or Lomachenko because he's white, or David Benavidez because he Salvadorian or something. I don't. That's what I'm saying, right? But race always matters in boxing. It's been like that forever. But salute to my man Curtis Anderson in the building.
Hey, y'all go check out them videos Kurt dropped, man. It's very knowledgeable, man. Like you say, no matter what nationality you is, maybe the people who is of a different nationality can probably get a different feel of why some, why black fighters, why certain nationalities feel the way they feel. And y'all can just get a sense of something different coming from a different perspective. Because Kurt, man, he got a lot of knowledge, and you can learn some shit, and maybe to change y'all mind and be like, you know what, that shit was wrong. You know what I mean?
And put the link, Kurt, put the link in the chat for us, Kurt, so you can just click on that link and go check that out. And then we got my man in the building. Let me find it. My man, KG in the building. What's happening with it, KG? He say, Key, you got me weak as fuck talking about tanking in the LV boys. He said, shout out to the whole panel. Salute to you, kings. Salute to you, KG. Man, but so back to what we were saying, man. So Jermall Charlo almost got into it. The press conference was cool, and I don't know with Jermall Charlo, he was getting into it with Brian Castano's manager. They almost got into a fight. Shit, Jermell Charlo had to hold him back, and it looked like Jermell Charlo was getting into it with Jermall a little bit, saying like, you need to chill the fuck out. You finna fuck shit up for me. You know what I'm saying? Chill out on all of that. So did y'all see that? And who do y'all got on Saturday night?
I mean, yeah, I seen it, man. Shit get crowd. It started with the crowd first. I seen with the little female got the screaming and shit.
That was Jermell Charlo, wife or girlfriend or whatever she is.
Yeah, I'm talking about we taking the belt and shit like that. I mean, shit, that's what happened, man. That shit get heated. It's for undisputed, bro. It's gonna hype up the fight. Shit get wild. Shit, they got to talking shit both ways. It ain't like just Mel and them was talking shit. They got to talking shit, and shit get heated like that. But at the end of the day, there's only two men getting into the ring. You know what I mean? To the point where they gonna duke that shit out, and it's gonna be a great fucking fight. That shit's gonna be entertaining. I know I heard Coach say Mel gonna beat the shit out of Castano, and I got Mel. I think Mel stopped him around the 10th round. That's me, but I think Castano is gonna make it a little tough early on. But I think Castano, if he can try to stay, but this is what I say, Coach. If Mel can keep that jab and that distance, and don't let Castano get in the inside, if he can't get around that jab, then it's gonna be tough for him. Because Mel gonna work off that bitch and hit him with some, because he gonna walk into some hard ass shit, and that's a different power from Jermell than anybody else. Jermell got a different type of power, but if Brian Castano can stand the chest of Mel, bro, right in that range and distance, and make Mel try to work him in that range and distance, because Castano was quick and he's slick, bro. And I see that in his ass. Like that Argentina motherfucker is slick, bro. If he can make it move his feet to where he can get in the inside, bro, if Mel be a little sloppy on the jab and he can get around that bitch, he gonna make it tough for Jermell because he's a workhorse. He know how to work, and that motherfucker don't stop working. And I give him respect for that, and he come in great fucking shape as well. And the way Jermell and Derek is respecting him, they understand that, and they not taking him lightly at all. That's what I respect about them. They understand he's a dog, and they not taking him lightly at all. So it's gonna be a hell of a fight, man. And Jermell is a motherfucker that's always in shape. He want to be the best. He want to prove he the best. Derek said something yesterday that Earl said Jermell is at his best when they try to pressure him. Like when they try to pressure him, he's at his best. So I'm quite sure Derek working on a great game plan, man. And they go work behind that stick. That stick is everything, bro, in this fight. That stick and the right range and distance. That's Derek James' game plan. Keep the right range and distance. Keep the motherfucking jab sharp and strong, and make a motherfucker pay once they try to walk in and work off of it. And Jermell Charlo, I think he's gonna do excellent work behind it. But I still think it's gonna be some rounds where Castano is gonna have his moments because, like I say, man, he's a real one, Coach. Brian Castano is a motherfucker. If you don't respect him right now, after tomorrow, I feel like he's gonna gain some respect. It's just what I see from him. His confidence and everything, bro. The way he worked is like I'll be surprised and amused by it. But I did see in the Laura fight, and I'm happy. And I swear to God, man, Derek James, I didn't even know you picked up on this. I had watched the Laura fight. I said, okay, Laura hurt him in the first round, caught his ass with a straight bam right on the forehead. I say, yeah, if you walk into a Jermell punch like that, that motherfucker probably don't even go 5 rounds. If you walk into that Jermell punch like he walked into that Laura punch and be careless, it ain't gonna go past 5 rounds. But if he's smart and sharp on his shit, I think he can last to the later rounds. But I still think the power of Jermell Charlo is gonna get to him because he's short and he got to try to get in. And once you try to get in on Jermell Charlo, once he get the right range of distance, and Mel being the killer that he is, bro, once he hurt you, he gonna finish you. And I see Jermell hurt him around the 9th or the 10th, and I see Mel stopping that man, bro, to become the new undisputed world champion. But it's gonna be a great fucking fight. And for us, all the commotion in the crowd, shit, it's hype. It's hype. It was good. Luckily, nobody got into it. Nobody threw no punches or shit like that. But it make good. It's good build up for the fight. Now emotions is flying. Motherfuckers on the Latino side will be going for them. The black side will be going for them. And shit, it's gonna be what it's gonna be, baby. But I got Mel by knockout.
I think he tailor-made myself, and I think it may be a body shot that stopped him. It may not even be a headshot that's going. It may be a headshot that finished him, but I think a body shot is what's going to hurt him. He's tailor-made the way he fight. He comes straight forward, so he gonna put a lot of pressure on Mel. But I don't know if he get hit hard enough early enough, then it may put some doubt in his mind. But as far as that manager goes, that's Madonna's old manager.
Madonna manager, yeah.
Yeah,
he always start shit.
Yeah, he been wild. So, it is what it is as far as that shit go. But I think Mel he's tailor-made, bro. I think, watching the Teixeira fight, watching the Lara fight, he walk into a lot of stuff. And just like you said, you ain't going to walk through Mel shit like that. You're going to get hurt. So that's my thing. I think he tailor-made, and I don't think this fight going to last as long as he might finish him in the 7, 6, 7, 8, something like that. I think that
in the middle rounds.
Yeah, I think he gonna get beat up. I think he gonna get hurt like early in the fight. And once he feel that power, he not gonna do like he did to Teixeira. Teixeira can't punch. Erislandy Lara can't punch. They decent boxers, but if you can't kid him off, if he not feeling your power, he gonna disrespect you. He gonna just walk through your shit. And he gonna get off, and he don't stop throwing punches. He always in great shape, like you said. But I don't think he gonna be able to do that with Mel. I think he gonna feel that. He gonna feel that's a different type of power, and I think he gonna get stopped.
I see it different. I think it's going the distance. I think that Castano is the all around toughest opponent that Jermell Charlo been in there with. I think that Erickson Lubin is probably the best opponent he ever been in there with, but Erickson Lubin don't have no chin. I made it clear before. I think Erickson Lubin would beat Charlo if he had a chin, but his chin don't hold up. But I see this fight going different. I see it going to distance. I think it's going to be a real close fight. And I don't know, man. I think that Charlo is going to give Castano a lot of problems with his power, in his relentlessness, because Charlo, he got a rock solid chin. He got a good jab. If he go to the body, he got a good, you know what I'm saying, up, down, from the head to the body. So he do a lot of things well, and he could box, right? So I think that's going to give his boxing ability is going to give Castano a lot of problems. But I think Castano going to give Jermell a lot of problems with the pressure that he come with, right? And if Castano can take Jermell's power, because Jermell don't throw a lot of shots, and sometimes he has trouble fighting fighters that are value punchers because he kind of pick and place his shots. He don't throw a lot. So when he gets in there with a fighter that's going to throw a lot, sometimes we've seen him have problems until he figured you out, right? So I think that Castano's going to give him a problem with the volume that he brings. And, you know, all in all, I really ain't even ready to pick a winner. I just think it's really going to be a close fight, and I think it's going the distance. I'm going to leave it at that right now.
You're not ready to pick the winner. Motherfucker, we in the weigh-in. What you mean?
Man, I gotta think about it more. I gotta think about it.
If he start backing Castano up, game over.
Yep, I agree, Coach. If Castano can't, because we don't know what he do going backwards. If he back Castano up,
backwards,
game over. I agree 120, Coach. I think that's gonna happen anyway. I think Mel gonna start seeing like, okay, motherfucker, it's time now. And when he start walking them. And I think that power, once because I'm with you, Coach. I think, like I say early on, Castano, the motherfucker is he explosive too. I gotta give it to him. Like, not for his punching power, things of that nature, but for, like I say, his activity, bro. I can respect his activity. He's a workhorse. But I think
got quick feet.
Yeah, once Mel hit him with that right shot, bro, and like you say, and he get that power, he gonna start getting hesitant. He ain't gonna want to keep feeling this shit. And I think once Mel see that, because I don't think Castano got the power to really disturb Jermell Charlo. He got some shit on where he can, okay, keep him modest, but I don't think he got the power to disturb him. But I think once Mel heat up and catch that timing, he gonna say, okay, motherfucker, let's go. And he gonna start pushing him back, and then he gonna hurt him, and then he gonna knock his ass out.
Well, like I said, it's gonna be a problem if Castano could take Mel power. Because Castano, he throw way more punches than Jermell Charlo. And Jermell Charlo, he got solid defense, but he ain't got the best defense. So I think it's gonna be a war. I think that it's gonna be a close fight.
Well, the problem is this: he got them quick feet. He get in quick, right? He get in quick, sort of like Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao get on you in a split second. But the difference between him and Manny Pacquiao, Castano don't move his head like Manny Pacquiao move his head. But the thing is this. When he gonna feel that power, he gonna feel that jab, number one. And once he start going backwards, that's gonna be it. It's because Jermell has a very, very sharp jab. Just like Jermall. They both got very sharp jabs.
Strong jabs too.
And they sharp. And I watched him against Lara. Lara could jab him all he wanted to. Lara just don't have no crack. But when you do that with Mel, and Mel gonna go down to the body, he gonna jab to the body, he gonna jab to the head. Teixeira don't have no power at all. So he just pretty much walked and stayed in his chest. You're not gonna do that to Mel. Mel got enough athleticism and feet to where he can move and come back with some hard shit. I think a counter gonna hit him, and that's where he gonna feel it. When he jump in there with something, and he might counter him and hit him with something. That's when the shit gonna hit the fan. I just don't see him beating him, bro. I really don't. And I don't think he's gonna last. I think this fight gonna end up getting stopped. That's what I think.
Yep.
I could be wrong.
I think it's gonna run his ass into something.
Hey, well, the good thing about it is that all this other shit we be arguing about, we ain't gonna get to see it. You know what I'm saying? Or we gonna have to wait a long time. Good thing about this, we don't gotta wait a long time to see it. It's going down tomorrow on Showtime. And you know, if you ain't got Showtime, Money Brown will be showing it over on Instagram. That Instagram finna be popping tomorrow, Money.
Yeah. Kurt said Castano square up too much. I see a Charlo uppercut.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we're gonna see. Man. So let's talk about it, man. Let's get into it. Canelo Alvarez, Caleb Plant. Been a lot of back and forth, right? A lot of back and forth. First, it was an issue that we was hearing that Caleb Plant wanted too much money. He wanted $10 million, right? Then the issue came that, there was fighting between the promotional companies. Eddie Hearn want Canelo to stay over there and have a fight on DAZN, right? And then Canelo, and then PBC, they was trying to get Canelo to have a fight, on the PBC platform, right? Then we hear that PBC is trying to get Canelo to sign a 3-fight deal. Me and Money spoke about this, right? And I said, I agree with you, Money. He don't need to get himself out of one situation, being locked down, and then go right to another situation, having to sign a 3-fight deal. No, he don't need to do that. You can't tell that man, in order to fight my fighter, you got to sign a 3-fight deal. So, no, I wasn't feeling that shit. So I said, if that's the case, nah. I said, but if they come with a 1-fight deal, he need to do that shit, right? So after I say that, the reports come out saying that he can either sign a 1-fight deal or a 2-fight deal, right? Whatever he chooses, right? 1 or 2-fight deal with Al Haymon to have the fight over there on the PBC platform. Now, I said, okay, well, Canelo was the one that told us that he was a free agent. He said, I'm a free agent. Now I can make all of these fights because I can move how I want to move, right? So when the 1-fight deal came out, I said, it ain't no reason for him not, because he gonna get paid regardless. Regardless, he gonna get his bread. You better believe that. So if he can negotiate to get however much money that he was gonna make on DAZN or however much money he looking for with the PBC, right? It's no reason for him to turn that down and demand that Caleb Plant got to come to DAZN to fight him, because that's the whole reason why you become a free agent. We know some of these other fighters in these fights can't be made because of the promotional company issues. So you become a free agent, so you don't have that issue no more. Well, you a PBC fighter? Yeah, y'all say that y'all are free agents, but that's a fucking lie, because y'all can't move where y'all want to move. I'll come see you. Whoever it may be, whether it's David Benavidez, whether it's Caleb Plant, I'll come see you. So if they offering him a 1-fight deal to where he can get that 1 fight and go about his business and do what he wants, or come back over there and do another fight with Benavidez, whatever it may be, right? Now, they giving him that 1-fight offer or 2-fight if he want to do more than that, right? If that's the case, if what we hearing is the case, it should be no problem, no excuses for Canelo not to go over there, right? Because it don't matter if he fighting on DAZN or PBC, he's still gonna get his bread. At the end of the day, I know he likes working with Eddie Hearn, but he has no obligation to be loyal to Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn just started working with him, right? Eddie Hearn Eddie Hearn didn't bring him up through his career. So I'm looking forward to see what happens now. If what we hearing is true, they only offer him a 1-fight deal. They're cool. Like, you can take the 1 fight and you can move on, or you could take 2 fights if you want to fight another one of our fighters after that, right? Cool. He needs to do that, right? I think that he should do that, because that's the whole reason why you become a free agent. It's because so you can move however you want to move and move to wherever you want to move if there's a problem with the promotional companies and it's an issue. If you need to go to Top Rank and fight one of them dudes, you can go to Top Rank. If one of them dudes is on DAZN, right, you can go to DAZN. PBC, you can go to. So that's how you should move if you really a free agent. Now, if you really not a free agent and you continue to demand all these dudes got to fight you, or I'm not going to say continue, if you start demanding all of these fighters got to fight you on DAZN, well, that lets me know that you really not a free agent and you got some shit going on with Eddie Hearn to where you didn't sign some shit with him, and you really not a free agent. So if you're a free agent, you can move how you want to. That's how I feel. So
go ahead, Money. Go ahead, Money.
Money, you on mute.
Oh, yeah, man. I look at it like this. I agree with you. I feel like if if they come in with the one fight, but Eddie Hearn already opened up his mouth and said too, it doesn't matter if the fight happened on the zone or on PBC. So if it's a one fight deal and the best money is on PBC, then they gonna have to oblige. You know what I'm saying? You go have to, like I say, Caleb Plant is a world champion, and he should have something to say in the fight. I just went with the 3 fight deal, trying to lock the man into some shit that he didn't feel comfortable with, especially if you go try to use him, to get fights for your other fighters and things of that nature, which is not going to be a cool thing. Just like I was saying with Deontay Wilder, so I was standing firm on that. But I do agree with that, Keith. If it's a 1 fight deal, you want to be undisputed. And I think I don't know how close how far they into it, but I did hear them say that they was in negotiation talk for the money now, for the 10 or whatever it's going to be. But I think he did accept the 1 fight deal. They accept the 1 fight deal. Now they're just trying to work out the money situation. So it come down to PBC and the zone. It's always gonna be like, to me, pay-per-view always gonna outdo the zone, regardless of what Eddie Hearn talking about. I know the fans talking about, well, we get it for $20 on the zone and it's over here. Listen, bro, the fighters gonna do what makes them the most money. Period. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? That's their whole ammo. Okay, we want to fight, but we want to get paid for our services. And there's no question about it that Canelo and fucking Caleb Plant on Fox pay-per-view for undisputed, even on Mexican Holiday, it's the hottest ticket. You know what I'm saying? That's the hottest ticket, especially for the fighters. The money go pile up, and all you motherfuckers talking about, oh, y'all not gonna pay for it. Yes, you is gonna pay for it. You just running your mouth right now. If you go pay 20, then you go up an extra 60 to watch the motherfucker. That's just what it is, coach. You feel me? Motherfuckers say this as soon as they get to putting the promotion down, soon they get to talking shit, soon as the back and forth heat up, and this go there and that go there. You go be ready to see it, because Canelo and Caleb Plant go talk a little shit against each other in that press conference. That's for damn sure. And Canelo get to saying "fuck you, bitch" in English. That motherfucker really want to see her. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that, man. I feel like if they came down to the 1 fight deal, right, which it should have been in the first place, they got to work the money issue out, which I think they will figure that out as well, and then make the fight happen, man. Of course, I would rather see the motherfucker for $20. I'm not sitting up here making it like I want to throw $100 or $80 for the fight. But at the end of the day, man, it's what's going to happen anyway. You feel me? So I feel like I think Al Heyman will win on that end, Key. I think it will happen on PBC, Fox pay-per-view, in my opinion, because it makes the most sense money-wise to pay them, because promoters don't like to come out of their pockets with all the money, and management companies don't like to come out of their pockets with all the money. Of course, if they can get the fans to pay for the shit, they gonna make that shit happen. Just like Bob Irwin trying to do with Manny Pacquiao and Terrence Crawford. So if you can get people to pay for the fight, I mean, that's even more better. And I think that's what they go do, bro. I think they go settle for PBC pay-per-view. Caleb Plant might max out around $6 million, right? But then get his back end money depending on how that bitch sell. You know what I'm saying? Get your percentage. Where he max out, probably get about $12 million for the fight when it's all said and done. You know what I mean? And they gonna make that shit happen. So they can give us undisputed at 168, some shit that's never happened in boxing, and they go build it up like that. I mean, this is a fight that you can promote the right way with those 2 fighters with all the belts on the line to make people want to look at it, even the casual fans, to make them want to look at it. And we know on Fox, it's gonna touch a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Not saying all them people go buy it, but it's gonna touch a lot of people, and they can see that build up, and it's gonna be on the course. To do a nice number on pay-per-view. Not saying they fit to do no fucking, Canelo and Floyd Mayweather numbers and things of that nature, but they can do a nice number to where they can come out to pay Canelo what he want, and I think to pay Caleb Plant what he want. So at the end of the day, I gotta say, if they came down to the 1 fight deal, get the money issue together, and the fight should be on PBC Fox pay-per-view. That's just my opinion. If it falls on the zone, it falls on the zone. But I feel like it should be on PBC Fox pay-per-view. I think they maximize the most money out of it on pay-per-view. And with Canelo name and Caleb Plant name and the way they go promote it, I think it'll sell just nicely. You know what I mean?
Yep. If they do it, and you're on mute. You're on mute. Key, you're on mute.
Oh, my bad. No, I said people keep talking about the zone is starting to do pay-per-view now too with Canelo fights.
And trying to force and they're trying to force people to pay $100 for the whole year too. So
right.
Well, I think Canelo gonna make money all kind of ways. He gonna make money because it's gonna be Canelo promotion.
Yeah.
He gonna make money on pay-per-view, and he gonna make money on the fucking on the door. So they gonna probably make it. Caleb Plant gonna come out smelling like a rose too because it's on their network. So he gonna get that 10 million minimum that he wanted for sure.
Yeah.
So, and you know the Mexicans, hey bro, they gonna support Canelo. So we know that. It don't matter about everybody else. The Mexicans gonna pay for that shit. They gonna watch that shit. They don't give a damn. It's just us talking about I ain't paying for it because I got the zone.
Right.
It don't matter. And if they do it in Texas, they're going to fill a stadium up. So it's a win-win for them, bro.
We don't even know where they're going to fight at. I think they probably be T-Mobile Arena. That's what I'm thinking. Las
Vegas.
Hey, did y'all see GTD Promotions is on promoting this weekend? Yeah, bro.
Gervonta Tank Davis Promotions?
Yep.
That's good, man. Nice, that's dope.
Yeah, that's bro. Good. GTD Promotions is on. I saw it on the banner in the background. I was like, damn, that's all right.
That's dope, man. Young and already, learning the business. Now, my question is right. Does Al Haymon in PBC, do they overcompensate Canelo to try to say, look,
no.
Hey, we do real good business. You might need to come over here and fuck with us, often.
Man, well, he ain't gonna have no choice. He ain't gonna have no choice after this fight. If he get past Caleb Plant, he ain't got no choice, bro. He can go and fuck with
Better Be
with Beeve or somebody like I don't know who Better Be. I think he top rank or something. So he can go fuck.
So the rumor is, right, if they can't make this Canelo fight happen, the Plant fight happen right now, Canelo them people is calling out Bivol because Bitterbeeve, he finna fight. Bitterbeeve, they trying to Bitterbeeve and what's his name? Joe Smith are in negotiations right now. They trying to make that fight, the unification fight between Bitterbeeve and Joe Smith. So Bivol is the opponent that they're talking about moving up to 175 and fighting out, not Bitterbeeve, because Bitterbeeve is kind of tied up.
That's what I'm talking about. You get up in there with that monster. Oh my, that would be a hell of a fucking fight.
If he does that, like to me, him facing Caleb Plant, to me, like Caleb Plant, I think that's a hell of a fight. But if he does, but then now people want to act like Caleb Plant ain't shit and he won't fight Bivol. Well, if he do that, everybody needs to hush the fuck up about who he won't fight, because both of those are hell of a fights to me. But we know if he go and say he go and fight Bivol, the rest of the people they gonna say what they gonna say, money. He ain't fight Bitterbeeve though. He wouldn't get in there with Bitter. And so you're not gonna win.
Yeah.
All right.
I want the Caleb Plant fight though. I want them to make.
I want the Caleb Plant fight because everybody acting like Caleb Plant is a Rudy Poo. Mike Tyson just came out and said, "Oh, Caleb Plant." What did he say? He said, "They basically dig a grave for him, or some shit like that."
His grave, yeah,
his grave, his casket. Mike Tyson
was a fucking animal. And we look
Mike
at
Tyson don't know shit about boxing right now. Mike Tyson fight, but you don't know shit about what's going on in boxing.
You tell me I don't know about boxing, you piece of shit. I'll fucking catch you and break your fucking face.
Hey, man, Mike Tyson don't know shit about boxing. What be going on in boxing right now? He does.
Mike be blowing them fucking tweeds, man.
Nah, Mike be on mushrooms there with y'all give a fuck.
Man, Mike
be on everything.
Yeah, that nigga motherfucker.
Caleb Plant, see, I want this fight to happen because everybody is
Jay Dixon. Don't start coach with that, Jay Dixon. Don't start coach with that, dog.
Hey, everybody is ruling Caleb Plant out, acting like Caleb Plant is a Rudy Poo. Caleb Plant is going to give Canelo the toughest fight that we've seen out of all these fighters that he's been fighting, and he might beat him.
Jay Dixon say, I want Benavidez because he didn't come belt hunting at 168 until Benavidez got script. Coach, you're fucking right. He didn't want no parts of Benavidez. I told you Benavidez is going to beat his ass. He didn't want to take the fight. He ain't nothing but a pussy. I know.
Hey, that's right. And you can say whatever you want. That's a fucking fact. Everybody know it's a fact. That motherfucker ain't won. You ain't said nothing about Undisputed till you got an opportunity to fight for that WBC belt that they took from Benavidez.
Hey, you right.
Well,
you ain't hear nothing about that shit.
This why, like I said, I can't really agree with them. Simple fact of, Canelo didn't ask them, like when he came to 68, right? Benavidez fucked up and lost his title. You feel me? He was fighting Caleb Plant for the WBA Super. Now, I don't think they should have put that WBC in there for Canelo. I thought the two fights that Anthony Durrell and the kid that they fought, because they was in line, they fought on the same night. I thought that belt should have went to them. They should have fought for that title, even though they had a draw. I still thought they should have went for that title. Then Benavidez should have had an opportunity to get his fucking title back.
That's right.
I like that.
That's right. So I like I said, Dave Benavidez my fight at 168. I like that motherfucker.
I'm working on him too, Coach. I'm gonna bring you on if I get his ass.
That's a bad motherfucker right there, buddy. And willing to fight. See, that's the kind of fighter I can appreciate. I can revel in those type of fighters. The ones that say, "Oh yeah, well, glove up, motherfucker. Let's put them in. Let's get it in."
Benavidez,
I love fighters like that.
Benavidez,
who believe in themselves.
Yeah. Benavidez,
they do believe in themselves. Devin Haney, Benavidez,
Andrade,
Stevenson,
Gary Russell. I say Gary Russell.
Gary Russell.
But he got to move his ass up, that man still.
Bruh, they got motherfuckers and Errol Spence. Them motherfuckers, really? That's what you want to do? Okay, glove up, motherfucker. That's
but
what
y'all can't act like Plant wasn't trying to fight Benavidez, because he was. Benavidez fought that fight, fell out. Plant was trying to fight him.
Well, I'm not gonna say, I haven't watched enough of Caleb Plant. I've watched him fight. I haven't watched enough interviews and stuff like that with him. And he's a hell of a fighter. My problem with Caleb Plant is that, and he's very slick and he can box his ass off. The problem he gonna run into is he don't have that crack. That's the problem. And that's why in this fight, if he can't, he better work his legs like a motherfucker. Because if he can't stop Canelo, and if Canelo don't respect his power, the night is over.
Caleb Plant, Canelo ain't to respect his power. Coach, Canelo not fit to respect that man.
Okay, man, I hope they make this fight.
That man
gonna shut up about that shit. When after they make the fight, you gonna have a whole different outtake when we come on here and we talk about the fight after it didn't happen.
That man,
you been disrespecting Plant. You ain't gave him no type of credit at all.
Yeah.
You talking about that
man
Canelo knocked him out and walked through him.
Yeah. Keon, the problem, like I said, the problem is this. Like his legs better be ready for that night. That's all I can say. Because he got to be able to crack and move. He ain't gonna be able to sit there with Canelo. That's gonna be the only problem. Now, if he had crack or his jab was stiff enough to make Canelo respect it, then it wouldn't be a problem. But like I said, he got a box. It got to be a perfect boxing match for him that night. Don't get me wrong.
I can't wait till it happens, because in Batman, if Batman was on here, he could tell you. Batman was telling me, he said, man, Caleb Plant, man, he said, I watched him all through the amateurs. He said, that motherfucker bad. He said, that motherfucker bad.
Professional now, though, baby.
And in the professional, he's been dominating.
You gotta give him. But I watched him in fights where he get himself in trouble because he can't keep a guy off. I watched him in a couple fights where the guy he won the fights, but it was ugly. And the reason it was ugly.
Every fight he won.
Caleb Truex got to you, bro. You know damn well Canelo.
Man, he beat Caleb Truex for 12 rounds straight.
Caleb Truex got to him, though. That's what I'm saying.
Caleb Truex did not win one round in that fight.
He got to him.
But Keon, this is the problem, though. That's a guy that he should have got out of there.
Well, he said he hurt his hand in the 4th round.
Okay, well, I mean,
he said he hurt his hand in the 4th round. See, that's my thing, Coach. My main thing is that when he's healthy, when he don't have hand issues, he can crack. He got crack. He got respectable power. But my main thing is he have a lot of hand issues throughout his whole career. He didn't have surgery on his hand, all of that. He has hand issues. So he got to be able to come in the Canelo Alvarez fight 150% healthy. He got to be 100% healthy. He can't have no hand issues with Canelo.
Dig is fucking grave, like Mike Tyson said.
Because
like I said, bro, he can win the fight. He can win the fight. That's not true. He can win the fight. There's no question about it. But the problem, like I said, is that you gotta have something that's gonna make Canelo respect you. Either you're gonna outspeed him, and he gonna have to respect you, or you're gonna have to have some crack to where he not gonna just walk in with his hands up and moving like this, and then soon as he see you about to throw, he counter. You gotta feint Canelo a lot to make him commit. That's another thing that they have to work on, because soon as you throw, he right back with it. His reaction time is real quick. So you have to feint him like Floyd did. Floyd feinted him a lot, made him miss, and then caught him with counters. That's how you beat Canelo. And if you ever can start backing him up, then you in control. The problem, like I said, is that you got to have a sharp, hard jab, and you got to be able to make him respect your power. If not, it's going to be real hard for him. That's why I give Jermall Charlo a chance against him, and that's why I say David Benavidez is going to beat him, because he's long, and he got a hard-ass jab, and he got fast-ass hands. That's why I think he's going to beat him. But Caleb Plant, he's a great boxer, got great skills, but you got to have that power to make a motherfucker respect you.
Yeah, and Mike Ron, I did see his last two fights. He won all 12 rounds against Caleb Truex. In the fight before that, he got a TKO stoppage. So I did see that.
Yeah. You know,
is Caleb Plant fighting the same level of opponents that Canelo Alvarez is? No. But we see fighters, right, get up on that level when they fight a fighter like Canelo, right? Don't think he's not going to be in there ready for Canelo. We're going to see the best Caleb Plant that we ever seen if they go in there, right? We're going to see the best Caleb Plant that we ever seen. Them opponents that they've been putting Caleb Plant in the ring with, you can't get up for no fucking figging butts and do. But we saw Caleb Plant when he went in there against Ustaki.
I gotta go. I gotta go.
Okay,
love y'all, brothers, man.
You too, man. Coach, be safe, man. Appreciate you.
You have a good one, Coach.
Yeah, you seen Caleb Plant coming off of over a year layoff, right? Had a hand surgery and all of that. He could have took a warm up before he fought Jose Uzcategui, but he said, "No, I want to go straight into it off of a year layoff." And nobody he was the underdog in that fight. Nobody expected him to go in there and do what he did in that fight because he got up for that fight. You can't get up for no fucking figging butts and goddamn
when you're a champion, you better get up for every goddamn ball.
But I mean, he beat he beat Truex all 12 rounds, and he stopped figging butts. So I mean, you talking about, have you seen him with it? Yeah, he beating all these dudes easily, all of them.
Bro, Canelo is gonna smoke his boots.
But like I said, bro, you can keep saying that, but I guarantee you, mark my word, you won't be talking that same shit after the fight. I can't wait for him to fight. Because, like I said, you're going to see a different Caleb Plant than what you've seen. Caleb Plant can fight his ass off. You know, y'all don't want to give him no respect and say that Canelo's going to walk right through him. This is an easy opponent for Canelo. Keep thinking that.
Man, I bet you won't bet on the fight. I bet you say, I'm going to
Van, I bet you ain't got 10K. How about that? I bet you can't bet 10K because you ain't got it. I bet you ain't never even counted 10K. How about that? Come on, camera. Wait, since you wanna talk to me, I'll drop the link for you right now. Hold on. Come on, camera, and count 10K. And I'll do it too. I can go get 10K and count it. Let me see if you can. Since you're talking about some 10K, come on camera and count out 10K right now. And if you do it, I'll send you $1,000 right now. I'll cash out you $1,000 if you can do that. I'm going to drop the link in there. Hold on. Let's drop the link since you want to come on there talking big dog shit. There's the link right there. There's the link right there, man. So since we making bets, I bet you that. Come on. Come on. Come in here, grab that link, turn your camera on, count 10K. Come on. Now you want to talk about fake chains and shit. No, you going to come on here and grab that link and count 10K or I'm going to block your bitch ass. You see, hey, you see how you do when you call a motherfucker bluff. They want to start talking about a whole bunch of other shit. He talking about some 10K, and he ain't never counted 10K in his life. Come on, the link is in there. We all waiting. We got 136 people in the building waiting for you to grab that link and turn on your camera and count to 10K. You come on here and do it, and I'll do it too. And I'll send you $1,000 to your Cash App. If you can come on here and count 10K, I'll send you $1,000 to your Cash App.
And that'll make you have 11K, man.
You have 11K. So I'm betting you $1,000 right now that you can't come on here and count 10K. I'll send it to your Cash App. We got 136 people in here watching you right now. Where you at? Yeah, that's what I thought. Shut your bitch ass up. I fucking always talking about something, but hey, these dudes, they'll say anything, right, behind the keyboard. They'll say anything behind the keyboard, but they're not gonna grab that link and hop on that camera. You know what I'm saying? I just offered this man $1,000 to come on here and count 10K. Man. Hey, but anyway, man, but I think it's going to be a hell of a fight, Money. I think it's going to be a hell of a fight, man, and I can't wait. I can't wait because I truly believe that everybody's whole the conversation, how everybody is talking down on Caleb Plant and acting like he just going to go in there and get stopped, and I think the whole conversation going to change after that fight. That's why I want this fight so bad. You know, Canelo might beat Plant, but if he beat him, it's not going to be a fight. What'd you say, Money?
I say ain't no Mike Canelo go beat him. Nah,
if Canelo beats Caleb Plant, it's going to be a very close, tough fight. It's going to be hard for Caleb Plant to get that win if it's a very close, tough fight. Because to me, Caleb Plant is going to have to basically outbox Canelo like Floyd Mayweather did. Damn near every round. He's going to have to beat him damn near every round to get to win on the scorecards.
People keep looking at Floyd saying outbox. Floyd walked Canelo ass in that fight. And Floyd stayed in the fight with him. Yeah, Floyd stayed in the fight with him too.
He did both.
Yeah, he used the boxing skills.
He walked him down. He did all of that.
But people kept like, that's why I don't be liking when people be saying, oh, well, he did not get his style to move and all that is what's going on. Nah, man, Floyd did so much in that fight, bro. Like, Floyd was on fucking, man, that nigga was on master mode in that fight, bro. Like, Canelo couldn't hit him with shit. And people thinking that, and that's what Laura thought. And don't get me wrong, Laura gave him a tough fight, but I had Canelo win that fight. And it was close as fuck. But that style is not the style to really beat Canelo, especially not right now, bro. You got to have some shit to stand there with that dude. And if you ain't, and right, Canelo got way better and way stronger since 22, 23 years of age, man. He a grown ass man, 30. So Now that motherfucker punching with authority, bro. He punching with authority. So, you got to have more than just good legs to beat Canelo. So, and Caleb Plant do got a high IQ. I talk a lot of shit. He got a high IQ to go box, but I just don't think he got enough shit to keep Canelo up off his ass. And if you ain't got to keep Canelo up off your ass, once them body shots get to taking toll and you get to sitting down and you got to fight him, Lord Jesus, Mary and Moses, you better hope you don't hit you with that wrong counter shot because your ass going night and night.
Well, man, let's hope we get to see. Let's hope they make this fight, man, and it's gonna be real interesting if they do make this fight on PBC, because that means that Canelo and his people have to sit down and do business with Al Haymon and talk to Al Haymon. See, they ain't really never, I don't think they really never sat down with Al Haymon and them people over there. So that's what Eddie Hearn don't want. Eddie Hearn is gonna do anything he can do to keep Canelo from talking to Al Haymon in the PBC. I'm talking about if Canelo fuck around and start doing business with the PBC, we're gonna see him in there with the best fighters. Trust me on that.
Yeah, I got a video out on that, bro. Canelo link up with Al Haymon, bro. If Canelo is going to be one of the best, that'll be the best thing Canelo did. When we talking about money wise and shit like that, like, dude, you're gonna have.
I don't want him to sign no contract. I just want him to be still a free agent, but be able to work with Al Haymon or whoever whenever he wants to.
I'm telling you, if he link up with Al Haymon, I know what you're talking about, bro. Even if he pull a Mikey Garcia, you know what I'm saying? Look, you still in control of your own destiny, but Al Haymon, negotiate the shit for you. And it's a possibility, bro. I'm telling you, it's still a possibility. That's why Eddie Hearn doing everything he can to, oblige Canelo Alvarez. I'm going to go out and do this for him, do this, because he's the hottest ticket on the market. People keep talking about Terrence Crawford, the hottest ticket. No, Canelo is the hottest fucking ticket on the market. That's a fact. But, I don't know if the two, if it won't be a perfect match for them. You feel what I'm saying? Because, the situation, but man, if he can get with Al Haymon, bro, Pacquiao ain't go to Al Haymon for shit. I'm gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? Pacquiao ain't stupid. He linked up with Al Haymon for a reason, and I think Canelo might get a sense of that. But like I say, man, Canelo got a lot of people that's shooting for him and gunning for him. And if he got somebody, he's a loyal dude. Like Richard Schaefer said, Key, he's loyal. So if somebody then showed him some love and he feel like, okay, we can do good business, money is money, the fights are the fights, then I'm gonna fuck with you. So we'll see how that play out. Because like we say, we don't know the business with Al Haymon behind closed doors, who he talked to, how you get to him, or none of that shit. And I know Al will deal with Canelo directly, but there's probably some shit in the mix where Canelo probably feel like just don't rock with him. You know what I'm saying? Different strokes for different folks, even if it's the best situation. But we'll see though, man. We'll see. But first thing first though, shit. Let's get that motherfucking Caleb Plant fight going.
Have you looked to see if they had the odds out? I'm gonna look and see if they got the odds out for the Plant, if they got it out. Yeah.
No, I ain't checked that out.
We ain't talking about September, right? September, so no, they ain't got it out yet. I think they do. So they have it basically got to take place by December. That right now the odds is -700 for Canelo or +425 for Caleb Plant. I'll put $1,000 on Plant. Maybe five. Because like I said, I'm realistic. I know that it's going to be very difficult for Caleb Plant to beat Canelo Alvarez on the scorecards.
Well, I'll take that $500 bet.
Why would I bet you $500?
I just said for the Vegas odds. God damn, can I finish?
Oh, you take the Vegas odds?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bet you if you're gonna give me a +425.
Yeah, I give you the Vegas odds. I mean, it's what it is.
Yeah, I'll bet you that. We can make that bet. Mm-hmm.
The dude said he was.
Yeah, I'll show you that.
That shit. Nobody never said that bet 10K on
First of all, I never said I would bet 10K on Plant, you ignorant motherfucker. Money, did I ever say anything about
you never even said bet? You never even said anything about betting on him. You didn't even say you're a bet on him.
The first time I said anything about me betting on Plant at all.
Yeah.
Fuck are you talking about? But But yeah, we can make that bet. Money.
Yeah.
I'll put 500 on it. You give me the Vegas odds, whatever they end up being. That's to me, that's a solid bet.
Okay.
But yeah. So anyway, you already know we got one. We already got one in the bag. So if Canelo fuck around and beat Plant, shit, we just gonna be even anyway. Cause the bet we already got going, shit. We know. But what you say?
Oh, that's talking to my other cousin.
Oh yeah. But yeah, man. Man, anything else you want to cook on, man? It's a lot going on, man. I can't wait till this weekend.
Oh man, like I said, what else popping? That's the only thing popping that motherfucking that undisputed fight. What's going on with you, bro? I didn't got hooked on UFC now. I ain't gonna even lie to you, bro. I'm looking at it and shit after watching them fights and shit, dog. That one boy, what was his name, bro? O'Malley, I think. I like him.
Oh yeah, he from up here. O'Malley from here.
Oh, he is. He ain't from
yeah.
But he average, right?
Huh?
He average though, right?
Nah, he a white dude.
No, I know he white though, but he average though, right? The dude they got the Conor McGregor tattoo on his chest.
You talking about Sean O'Malley, the one with
Sean O'Malley, but hit that nigga
colorful hair.
He hit that dude with 80% of his shots, bro. I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life, bro.
Dude can go. Dude got hands.
Bro, I'm talking about dog. And that nigga, and look, I was mad at the referee, key, because I'm like, bro, you let this man get his ass whooped the whole fight. Then the last 40 seconds of the last round, you go stop it. Like, you might as well just, and when you stopped it, dude hit him with the shot, and he was throwing back. I'm like, come on, bro. Key, I thought I was tripping. I said, I know there ain't no goddamn 80%, bro. Bro, I ain't never seen a nigga hit with 80% nothing, dog.
Yeah, what they call Sugar Sean O'Malley. He can go. I don't think no UFC this weekend, but I'm excited for that Tyron Woodley and Jake Paul fight. I ain't gonna lie, dog.
Yeah, I want to see that too, bro.
I watched that press conference, and that shit finna be real. Yeah. That's one fight I want to see that. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I want to see that too.
August 29th.
That's a good scrap, bro. Nobody can say shit about that. If he knocked Tyron Woodley ass out, that's my St. Louis brother. I'm pulling for Woodley. But if he knock his ass out, dog, people gotta start I give him this respect now. Like I say, power is power, and that motherfucker got real power, bro. He do got real power. But if he knocked Tyron Woodley ass out, boy, oh my God, boy, that nigga, boy, he gonna go through the roof. He's gonna go through the roof, bro.
Man, that's gonna be if Jake Paul, but I think I got Tyron Woodley. I'm going with Tyron Woodley. You going with Jake Paul?
No, I'm riding with Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley from St. Louis, that's my boy.
Batman in the building. He said everybody that thinks Jermell gonna run through Brian Castano, they crazy. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a tough fight. I think it's gonna be a tough ass fight. I think Mel get him in the second half, though. Yeah. Like I said, Brian Castano.
Batman, the only one besides me that got Caleb Plant. Ain't nobody else, but me and Batman got Caleb Plant. Everybody else think Canelo just gonna run through him.
And Caleb Plant gonna beat Canelo gonna beat Caleb Plant.
Like, what you think? But yeah, man, I got Tyron Woodley in that fight. That actually gonna be a good fight.
I got Tyron Woodley too, though. But man, some telling me like Jake Paul might catch his ass. I don't know why I feel like that, but
Jake Paul can fight though.
That motherfucker can crack, bro.
Logan Paul came to me. Logan Paul actually got a lot better than what he used to be. Because at first Logan Paul couldn't fight worth a fucking lick.
Yeah, I saw the chaos.
He couldn't fight back then. Go to the first KSI.
Yeah, that dude. Yeah, I seen that fight.
But Jake Paul can fight though. His brother can fight, dog.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see. That's another fight I want to see. Even though it ain't no, boxing, like that. But I think that's gonna be a good event. And you got Amanda Serrano. She on that card too. I like Amanda Serrano for real.
Oh man, now that's a monster. That's
Yeah.
girl. Hold on, wait a minute. You say Amanda Serrano? Right, the
Yeah.
fighter. Yeah. No,
Yeah. Yeah. She on that
I'm thinking
card.
the UFC. I'm thinking the UFC. I'm thinking the no man.
Cassandra. Yeah, there we go. My the queen Cassandra. She say I got plant. For real. See, and Cassandra no boxing.
Cassandra don't fall for that fool ass shit.
Cassandra no boxing. You know what I'm saying? We had 100 and some people gang up on us, Cassandra, but you know, I'm standing on my square. Hey,
Yeah.
Marvis Davis say planting the eighth. Now, I don't agree with that, but I'll take the plant and then I'll take the end the eighth out of it. Because I don't see nobody, none of them dudes stopping Canelo. J.A. Dixon said he got plant. He said, I got plant too, getting his ass beat. Like I said,
getting his
J.A.
ass
Dixon.
right. He said got Plant getting his ass beat. That's what he said.
If you think Plant don't get stopped, we can make a bet on that too.
There you go, Jay. Getting his ass beat.
Hey, J.A., if you think Plant gonna get stopped, you already know my cash out. We can make another bet on that too.
Oh shit. Getting his
But
ass beat.
And don't get me wrong, I got Canelo Alvarez, my pound for pound #1 fighter. I think Canelo Alvarez a beast. But Plant different. I'm telling you, Caleb Plant can go. And he's not gonna Plant. He got hard and what the shit that he been through. He's not gonna just fold. He's not gonna fold like that. You know, to me, Plant is better than Daniel Jacobs. Way better than Billy Joe, better than Colin Smith. He better than all them dudes. Anyway, but anyway, man, I appreciate everybody, man. What's your last word, Money? And let them know, you know, they can watch the fight.
Yeah, much love to everybody that came through showing love, man. Shouts out to Coach. Shouts out to our bro Bet, man, coming through blessing the panel, man. Shouts out to everybody that showed love in the cash app and in the super chats. You know, it's much needed, much appreciated. To the people that came through rocking out with us for how long? 2 hours and 16 minutes. Much love, much appreciated. And yeah, follow me on Monty Brown TV. Follow me on Instagram at Monty_the Rider. We will be streaming the fight tomorrow, man. If y'all need to come over and watch the fight, Monty. Well, I'll be live tomorrow anyway on my YouTube if y'all follow me on Monty Brown TV. But we still stream the fights tomorrow, man. On Instagram, Monty_the Rider. If y'all need somebody to come watch the fight, if y'all go be out on the road, if y'all don't happen to have showtime, if y'all going somewhere and can't make it, you feel me? Y'all come over, man. We be jumping, man. We be having fighters coming through. It be packed out, stacked out. You know, you talk your shit, man. Just don't be disrespectful. But you know what it is, man. Continue to follow me. I will be going live tonight at 8:00 p.m. Y'all come through, show love. Y'all know how your boy get down, man. Big dog status, family.
Yes, sir. Y'all already know. Make sure that y'all hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button yet. You know, it don't cost you nothing. Hit the like button. But we appreciate everybody that came through. You know, another great show. And you know, Money gonna let y'all watch the fight on his Instagram. We can't wait for this weekend. I can't wait for this weekend. I'm gonna try to get on and give y'all a live post fight, but it just depends on if my little boy, if my son let me do that or not. But man, once again, hit the like button. I appreciate everybody that came through, and y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. Salute KG, and I'm out. KG says I'm rocking with Sweet Hands. 75. If that fight happens, keep straight up, and he better than 95% of the cats Cinnamon fought. That's a fact.
Only KG I know is Kevin going there. I'm gone.
I'm gone.
Shouts out to my dog KG.
Hey, yep, I appreciate you, Cassandra. Appreciate you, Queen. Yeah, and we out. And I'm gonna leave that on the screen because y'all need to see what my man KG said. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna leave that right there and we gonna end it like that.